Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei got his sacred gear removed and goes to Naruto Universe Part 1. Before we start, please go support Zix Dragon for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Chapter 1, Betrayal of a Dragon. After Issei lost against Serog Bale and his balance breaker, he realized the true nature of those years he protected and loved. The cult club. Issei: Rias, why did you put me here? Looking at Rias, just like the others. Rias. Do you know what it meant for the Gremory family that, because of one of their servants, they became the laughing stock of the entire underworld? Issei. Rias, if you mean the raiding game, I'm sorry, I couldn't follow it, it surpassed me. Rias. Not only that, he humiliated you just like me, and I'm not sorry about that anymore, but you're no longer useful to me. Issei. What do you mean? Rias. I found a way to take away your sacred gear to obtain its power. Issei. Why are you doing this after everything I did for you and the others? Rias. Why are you a despicable being? Issei. But Rias, you said that I. Rias. I loved. Ha, it was all a lie since I was just playing with you. Do you think someone like me would notice someone as insignificant as you? Issei. You're a hitch, Drake activating the gauntlet. Drake. Hurry up, every second spent with this pervert disgusts me, leaving Issei in shock. Rias. Zenovia now. Zenovia launched herself and with the help of her sword Durandal, she cut off Issei's entire left arm, making him scream in pain, while everyone else just looked at our protagonist with hatred. Rias. Great, it's time to get rid of you, taking Issei's severed arm. Issei. You'll pay for this, damn it. Rias. Stop crying now. Entering the room. Wow, honey, you've already fulfilled my request. Rias. Of course my love, just like you asked, giving him Issei's arm. Issei. Who are you? Damn. John. I am Jin, the new bearer of the Red Emperor Dragon, and I will be the most powerful of all. Issei. You know what will happen if the leaders find out what you did to me? Don't worry about us, said Surziches, entering the room just like the others except for Yusaka. Issei. But. Surziches. You'd be surprised if you didn't get rid of this idiot once and for all. Rias. Honey, would you do me the honor? Jin. It will be a pleasure. But before Jin could even touch Issei, powerful black flames appeared around Issei, from which a guy came out and kicked Jin back. That guy was a young man between 17 or 18 years old. He wore a black costume with a white mask that looked like it was made of bones, and he was accompanied by two girls, one with pink hair and the other with blue hair with bangs that covered one of her eyes, and they also wore black masks that covered their mouths. They were dressed as maids, but their dresses reached their knees. We almost didn't make it. Blue maid. It's your fault you take so long to hum. Eh? Now it's my fault. Maid Rosa. Honey, focus on what you came to do. Okay, let's see, or if I remember now, Rem, take Issei. Rias. I won't let you take him, he's my pawn and I'm going to kill him. I'm sorry to ruin your plans, but I have to take my piss. Rias. Then I will kill you. Ram, take care of it. Then that pink-haired girl summoned a scythe and attacked Kiba, hitting him in the stomach and knocking him unconscious, and so on with everyone else. Well, it's time to go. Rias. You will pay, damn it, watching them leave. Jin. The master won't like this. Unknown location. Issei had woken up and was in a very large room, but he didn't know where he was until he heard someone come in. Hello boy, how are you? Issei. Fine, but where am I? You're in limbo. Issei. What am I doing here and who are you? How do I explain it to you? I'm you, but from another dimension. Issei. What? Issei 2. That's right, but don't worry, everything will be fine. I just brought you here to propose something to you. Issei. What thing? Issei 2. I want you to be the new guardian of light and darkness. Issei. What is that? Issei 2. You will see that you will be in charge of keeping good and evil balanced, it is something simple. Issei. And why me? Issei 2. Why, to be this guardian you must have a dark and good heart leveled, and you are the right one. Issei. And what should I do to have that position since I no longer have powers? Issei 2. Don't worry, I'll reborn you in another dimension so you have new powers. Issei. It seems like you're going to make me be reborn. Issei 2. Yes, but it is a bit long to explain, and the only thing I can tell you is that you will be reborn and seal your memories. When you do, I will wait a while to contact you and give you these memories, do you understand? Issei. Okay, I trust you. Issei 2. Okay, then I'll see you in a while, bye. Then black flames covered Issei and made him disappear from the place. Issei 2. Very well, I'll go see him later, I'm hungry. Chapter 2, my story begins. Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, known as some of the greatest ninjas known, this particular couple fell in love, and from that love two beautiful children were born, one blonde and one red-haired, but they did not expect that during their birth, a person would try to take control of the Kyuubi, destroying much of the Leaf Village. But Minato stopped him, and to avoid more deaths, he had to separate the Great Fox into two parts, Jing and Jang, and seal it, and had no choice but to do it in his two children, but by doing so both he and his wife were killed by the Kyuubi, because it was still controlled by that man, leaving both brothers orphans. 4 years later. It's been 4 years since that attack, and now we can see a guy with 3 women who appeared in the Hokage's office. Issei. Hello Hokage-sama. Pearson. Issei, how long, and who are these beautiful girls? Extending his hand. Issei. Just a couple of years and they are 3 of my fiancés, repeating the greeting. Pearson. Since I owe you a visit. Issei. I came to see Minato, I need to talk to him. Pearson. I'm sorry Issei, but that's going to be difficult. Issei. Why do you say that? Pearson. Minato died 4 years ago, as did Kushina. Issei. What? And his children? Pearson. They could survive the attack. Issei. How did he die? Pearson. There was an attack by the 9-tailed fox, but it was controlled, and because of that it tried to kill Minato's children, but he and his wife avoided it by dying. Issei. Can I see your children and ask you a favor? Pearson. Yes, you need it. Issei. I want to take them on a 10-year training trip. Pearson. So many years, and why? Issei. I promised Minato that I would protect his children in case he was ever gone. Pearson. Well, that way you can do it, just come here before you leave, okay? Issei. Well, I'm leaving, disappearing in black flames. Streets of Konoha. 2 children were running while one of them fell. Come on brother, run or they will catch us. While looking at his leg where he had a kunai buried, I can't, it hurts too much. Carrying his brother, I won't leave you alone brother. While running they collided with a white-haired man. Issei. Wow, such restless boys, tell me why they are running, feeling his chakra, realizing that they are his friend's children. They're chasing us, but he couldn't finish because a group of villagers approached to hurt them along with a few ninjas when one of them launched a large fireball, a kind of shield protected both children. Issei. Thank you Apis, and why are you chasing these children? Villagers. Why are they the ones who killed the 4th Hokage and also attacked the village? Issei. How stupid, these children are the children of the 4th Hokage and his wife, they were killed by the Kyuubi because it was controlled, leaving everyone surprised, including both children. Villagers. That can't be true. Issei. So how do they explain that one is red and the other is blonde? Villagers. What have we done? Issei. Girls, carry the children, let's go. The girls did so and headed to the ramen restaurant. I don't remember the name of it, please tell me. Issei. Kaneko heals the child. Kaneko approaches and begins to heal him. Well, why don't you tell me your names? My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. This boy was blonde with blue eyes and whisker marks on both cheeks. I am Issei Uzumaki Namikaze. This boy was red-haired with green eyes and cat marks on both cheeks. Here I will do something so as not to confuse the Issei who comes from the DXD dimension. I will put him as right because of his hair. Right? Do you know why they named you Issei? Issei. Why was one of my parents' best friends called that, and he saved them many times, and in his honor, they could call me that. Lala. How did that happen Issei? Surprising both brothers. Right. It was when he was training with Meliodas, but anyway, tell me, do you want to go on a trip with me? Naruto. Issei. On a trip. Right, yes, a training trip for you to be strong like your parents even more. Issei. What do you say, brother? Naruto. I don't know, this way we would be strong enough to fulfill our dreams. Right, what dreams? Issei. Naruto's dream is to be Hokage of Konoha, and I want to rebuild Yuzu. Right. So rebuilding Yuzu sounds great, and if you come with me you will be very strong. Naruto. And for how long would we be gone? Right, for 10 years. Issei. Isn't that a long time? Right, it's not very little, so we will do it as quickly as possible. Naruto. Well, if there is no other way, we accept. Kaneko. What incredible determination. Right. Just like your father, go get your things and when you're done, head to the Hokage Tower. Issei. Naruto. Yes, we'll see them there running to his house. Right. Leaving money on the table. Okay girls, let's go. I need to talk to the Hokage. Uzumaki brothers' apartment. Both brothers had arrived at their apartment. Issei. How great that one of our father's best friends wants to train us, keeping his things like Naruto. Naruto. Yes, but we will have to stop seeing the girls for a long time, sadly sitting on his bed. Issei. Putting on his backpack. Well, how about we hurry up and say goodbye to them? Naruto. Well, let's go, leaving his house accompanied by his brother. The two brothers were walking down the street looking for four girls who were important to them and whom they saw a few meters away. Issei. Hello girls. Hello, Issei Naruto. Naruto. How are you Ino Sakura? He met them while walking through the flower field one day when Issei was sick and needed medicinal herbs to cure him. Ino. How are you Naru? Hugging him by the arm. Sakura. Hey Ino Naru is going to be my boyfriend, get away from him. Ino. You're lying, he's going to be my boyfriend, right, Naru? Naruto Issei. Calm down girls, why aren't they Hinata and Tenten? He met Hinata when he saved her from some kids who were bothering her, they beat her up, but it was worth it, he met Tenten when he went to eat ramen. Hinata. Issei, when we grow up you'll be my boyfriend, right? Blushed and hugging his arm, just like that. Tenten. Mine too, right? Issei. Of course. Naruto. Girls, we came to tell you something. Sakura. What's wrong, Naru? Issei. We will go on a training trip for 10 years. Ino Sakura Hinata Tenten what? Issei. A friend of our father appeared and said that we would be handed over to be strong. Naruto. And that way we can fulfill our dreams. Hinata. But it's a long time. Ino. What if they forget about us? Naruto. We would never do that, you are important to us. Issei. Yes, and we love you very much, so don't think about that. Tenten. And when are they leaving? Issei. In a while. Hinata. Then it seems it is inevitable, in that case I have a gift for you. I'll see you at the entrance before you leave, okay, Ice. Tenten. If I did the same, don't leave without saying goodbye to us. Ino. We'll see each other the same way. And so those four beautiful women ran away and the two brothers headed to the Hokage Tower. Hokage Tower. Issei had appeared in the Hokage's office in the middle of flames. Pearson. Come on Issei, don't scare me like that. Right Hokage I want to see Minato's disciple. Pearson. You're talking about Kakashi, right? Right yes, I want him to go with me too. Pearson. He's been Ambu for a while, but just a few days ago I managed to get him out. It would be good if he went with you Ambu. Ambu. Order Hokage-sama. Pearson. Go and bring Kakashi. Ambu. As ordered. 5 minutes later. Kakashi. Arriving in a bushin of leaves Hokage-sama sent for me. Kakashi will be 17 years old. Pearson. If someone wants to see you. Kakashi seeing Issei could only start crying. Right. Hugging Kakashi calm down Kakashi, nothing is wrong. Kakashi. I couldn't follow your teachings and I'm sorry about the sensei. Right you're talking about Rin's death, right? Kakashi. How did you find out? Right I couldn't feel his chakra, so I deduced it. Kakashi. I'm sorry when I was named Jounin me and my companions went on a mission in which Rin was kidnapped when trying to save her we had a fight and in the place where we were there was a landslide and a rock crushed Obito, he gave me one of his 2 Sharingan to protect Rin, but those from the village hidden in the mist kidnapped her and made her Jinchuriki of the Sambi and she knew that they wanted to attack Konoha and to avoid that she decided that she would die at my hands, when I tried to kill an enemy ambush she got in the way and died. Kakashi continued crying in Issei's arms, who could only remain silent and told him something that would change his destiny. Right tell me Kakashi, would you say I revived Rin? Kakashi. Speak seriously you can do it. Right. Of course I can do it, after all I am an aspiring god of life and death, and what do you say? Kakashi. I wouldn't wish for anything more. Right okay just give me a moment. Below where Issei was, a diagram in the shape of a dragon formed and began to give off a light that blinded everyone in the room, and when they could see Issei was carrying a 17-year-old girl with brown hair and eyes with purple marks on her cheeks. Kakashi. Rin. Right just need a little energy Apis can you help me? Apis. Sure, Henny putting his hand on her forehead to give her energy okay, I gave her enough to wake her up. Rin slowly began to open her eyes, and when she did, she could only see the love of her life. Rin. Kakashi I missed you. Kakashi Rin hugging her forgive me Rin forgive me. Rin. Slapped him that's for blaming you for my death and his death and this kissing him is for never forgetting me and missing me day after day. They both just stayed hugging each other for a while until. Lolly guys we have to go. Right it's true Kakashi tell me do you want to go on a training trip with me? Kakashi. Of course Issei sensei. Right and you Rin. Rin. Of course and thank you for bringing me back to life. I appreciate it. Right alright then Hokage it's time for us to go. Pearson. Then I say goodbye to you Naruto, Issei, Kakashi, Rin. All. See you soon. And so the group left the office to head to the village gates. Kakashi. And for how long will we be gone, sensei? Right we will be gone for 10 years. Rin. Wow, that's a long time. Naruto. About to leave wait, we can't leave yet. Hineko. Why do you say that? They say. The girl said they would give us a gift and say goodbye to us. Right, wow, these guys are so young and already have a girlfriend. Naruto. They are not our girlfriends yet, but when we grow up they will be, we will just have to choose one. Right. Yes, but you are a guardian and being one you are a dragon, and dragons are destined to have a harem, and being almost the last Uzumaki and Namikaze will put them in the clan reconstruction program and allow them to have several fiancés, but never force a woman to do something she doesn't want. Naruto is say. Naruto is say girls. Naru, I want to give you this, giving him a box from which he took out some black gloves with spikes on the knuckles. These gloves belong to my clan for several generations. Sakura. And this, giving her a slightly large black trench coat, is the one Ice is for you. I hope you like it. Naruto. Thank you very much girls, I love you, hugging them both. Hinata. I want to give you this, Issei, giving him some arm guards and a black vest, it's so you can protect yourself. Tenten. And I give you this, giving him a long box from which Issei took out a black katana with a wide handle, it belonged to my grandfather and I want to give it to you. Issei. It's incredible, I thank you very much, girls, I love you. Issei wanted to hug them, but Tenten grabbed his face and kissed him on the mouth, and jealous Hinata did the same. Issei. Kai girls, why did you do that, blushed. Tenten. It's so you miss us and come back soon, blushing. Hinata. Yes, and don't forget us, blushing. Issei. I would never forget you girls, well we have to go. Naruto. Yes, bye girls. But Ino and Sakura also kissed Naruto. Ino Sakura. Goodbye Naruto. And so the group began to walk until they disappeared into the middle of the forest. Kakashi. And where are we going? Right, we are heading to the sand village where they will train their speed. Rin. Us too. Right, yes, my girls too, but let's keep going. All. Yes. Chapter 3 Training. The group had already arrived at the sand village. Naruto. Wow, that's incredible, everything is made of sand. Issei. Fool, that's why it's called the sand village. Right. Stop fighting, what do you think if you go play, I'll look for you later and tomorrow we'll start training. And so Issei and Naruto ran off to find something to play with while the others left. They were already running until they saw some children playing ball. They wanted to join in, but they saw that the ball flew up to a very high wall and a red-haired boy brought it down with the help of a little sand. This surprised the brothers, but something happened. When the boy tried to give them the ball, the other children ran away and he just stared at them. Naruto. Hey, arriving next to the boy with his brother, why did those kids run away? I don't know if I ever want to get close to them, they run away in fear. Issei. But you're not scary. The blonde-haired girl came running to where they were, making Issei blush. Ara, what happened, why did you leave home without warning? Ara. I'm sorry Temari, but I wanted to play. Issei. Then why don't we play? The two brothers turned to look at him. Temari. TT, who are you? Blushes. Naruto. Issei and I are Naruto, we are brothers and we are on a trip. Ara. Then let's play. All. Yes. And so they spent their time playing until Kaneko appeared and took the Uzumaki brothers away. Temporary house. Kaneko had arrived with both children. Apis. Wow, some of you are arriving quickly, dinner is ready. The children were surprised at how beautiful that house was and how big it was too. Naruto. Sitting, how did they get a house like that? Right. They owed me a favor, but don't worry, eat reading a newspaper while all is served. Kakashi. And how will our training be? Right, Naruto and Issei will train their endurance and speed just like everyone else. Rin. And why? Right, speed is very important in a fight, that's why they will do it. Kaneko. And how will we do it? Right, I will put weights of different weights on them, each one of which will weigh more each day. Issei. Sounds fun. Right. I hope you continue the same tomorrow. By the way Kakashi, I need your help tonight, we will go on a mission. Kakashi. Okay. The night had already advanced, everyone was sleeping, except for a red-haired boy who was sitting on a roof, thinking about what had happened in his life, until he noticed how someone had attacked him with a pair of kunes. Ara. What's happening? Who are you and why are you attacking me? Ninja. You don't need to know anything, just that you will die tonight. But before he could do anything he was hit by a pair of tentacles. Looks like I came at the right time again. Ninja. Why are you interfering in my mission? Kakashi. You will not hurt this child. Ninja. And why not? Raising some kunes around him. Right, why if something happens to this child my brothers will be sad and cry, so you won't do anything. Kakashi. I'll take care of it, grabbing a Raikakiri. Right. Looking into the ninja's eyes, this guy is being controlled, we can't kill him. Kakashi. So what do we do? Right, I'll take care of it. Right appeared behind that ninja, and with a blow to the neck he knocked him unconscious, and when he fell, Right touched his head, and with a pulse of magic, he freed him from his control and removed the mask he was wearing, causing Gaara to be surprised by who he was. Gaara. She. Kakashi. You know her. Gaara. She is the one who always takes care of me, I saw her as my mother. Right. Don't worry, she was controlled, she didn't want to do this, so take care of her, we have to go. The next day. The group was at the village gate. Right. Okay guys, it's time for your training to start. I'll put weights on each of you. And so he did to Naruto and Issei, he gave 15k weights to Kakashi and 50k to Rin, 100k to Kaneko, 10k to Lala, since she didn't have much strength, and 125k to Appas, he put them on her arms and legs, he made them run around the entire village throwing fists in the air. Right. Come on guys, you can do it running next to them. Issei. How I regret it. Right, I told you so. At the end of the training, Gaara approached them as well as her sister, and they gave water to everyone Temari to Issei of course, and so they spent a whole year, and at the end of this Naruto, Issei and Lala could run with 500k Kakashi and Rin with 1500k and Kaneko with 5000k. Temporary house. The whole group is gathered together. Right. Very well, I think this training ends tomorrow, we will head to the waterfall village. Issei. Why are we going there? Right, to train their chakra control. Kakashi. And us. Right. You will increase your reserves, okay? All? Yes. The next day Zuna Gates. Hazekage. Well, I wish you luck, Mr. Issei. Right, sure, thanks. Issei. See you Gaara, Kankuro, Temari. Temari. Promise me we'll meet again, Issei. Issei. Of course we'll see each other. Gaara. Thank you. Naruto. Why? Gaara. For being my first friends, hugging them both. Issei. And we will always be, we don't have to go, goodbye. After leaving the sand village they headed to the waterfall village where he had Issei and Naruto train their chakra control, and Kakashi and Rin trained to increase their reserves, and his girls did the same, but with magic. 6 months after arriving at the waterfall village. Naruto. After this, where will we go? Trying to climb a waterfall. Right, we will go to Asia Yuzu. Issei. My mother's home standing on a tree trunk. Right. So there I will teach you jutsus among other things, okay? Kakashi. And me. Right, surprise. And so the rest of the year passed and at the end they went to Yuzu where the real training began for 7 years. Issei's training. Right taught him the handling of the katana that he had, he also discovered Kurama, of whom he became friends, and was surprised to know that he could possess a Sharingan thanks to Kurama, and so he evolved his Sharingan to Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan, and obtained the Rinnegan learning the Susanoo, in addition to possessing the elements fire, earth, air and wood of which he learned different jutsus. He also learned Jinjutsus and Taijutsu, and was able to learn the wise mode of the fox and chakra control mode of the Kyuubi. I do not remember what it is called. Even taught him the Rasengan and the jutsus of the flying thunder god, the diamond chains. The Kage no Bushin, and to be able to travel through the shadows and was able to obtain the summoning of the vipers and be able to handle them. He also got a friend, a small white tiger. Naruto training. Naruto like Issei met Kurama late but became his friend learning the Kyuubi chakra control mode and the sage mode of the foxes. He could control the elements air, water, fire and earth, also learned jutsus of these, in addition to the Kage no Bushin and jutsu of the flying thunder god, the Rasengan and Taijutsu obtained the summoning of the dogs. Kakashi's training. Helped him evolve his Sharingan to Mangekyou Sharingan and helped him improve his Taijutsu and some jutsus. Rin's training. He taught her medical jutsus and taijutsu and gave her the summoning of dogs since Kakashi gave them to her and she also married Kakashi. Issei's girls training. You will hear about them in my other story. 7 years ago you could see a couple of boys, one with red hair wearing a black vest with a white shirt underneath, ambu pants and combat boots. He had a katana on his back and was wearing a black mask that covered half of his face and arm and hand protectors. And another blonde boy wearing a black trench coat, ambu pants and combat boots. He was wearing gloves with spikes on his knuckles and head earrings, under his eyes there were red marks. Naruto. I'm tired of being here, where are we going? Standing on a tree. Issei. I don't know what to ask our brother falling next to him next to a white tiger. Naruto. Yes, I want to see my girls now. Issei. I miss them too. Well, what if they leave now? Naruto. But there's still a year left. Right, well use it to gain experience. Issei. And what are you doing? Right, I would return to my dimension with my girls and my children. Naruto. Well, let's say goodbye. House of the Uzumaki. Kaneko. Well, it's time to go. Right. Sure, guys, I'm sorry I couldn't revive your parents, but Shinigami didn't let me. Issei. Don't worry brother, thanks anyway. Kakashi. Yes, I also thank you for reviving the love of my life, hugging Rin. Rin. Yes, I thank you too. Right. Don't worry, just go win and Issei, remember that when I need you I will come for you. Issei. Of course, brother. Right, well, goodbye, disappearing in black flames. Rin. Well, now what? Naruto. Issei said he will gain my experience. Kakashi. Well, let's see if we can find adventures in the villages. Issei. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. And so they ran off to find adventures. Chapter 4, My New Partner a Half. The group had traveled for a few hours until they arrived at a town where it seemed that everything was in order. Naruto. Walking, everything looks very calm. Kakashi. Well, it seems so. Issei. Where are we? Rin. If I'm not mistaken, we're in Cloud Village. Naruto. I'm hungry. Issei. Calm down, brother, now we will find something to eat, don't worry. The group walked, but Issei inadvertently separated from them, taking another path. Issei had already noticed that he had separated, and with the mission of looking for the others he began to run, and a few meters away, he could see a scene that he did not like at all. A man had a blonde girl by the neck. Issei. Hey stupid, leave that girl. Man. What are you, brat? Get out of here. You should be grateful that I'll finish off the demon cat. Kurama. Puppy, that girl is Matatabi's Jinchuriki, please save her. Issei. Okay, Kurama. Issei. Just being a Jinchuriki is not a reason to try to kill her, taking the handle of his katana. Man. And what do you know? Issei. What do I know? Haha, that's because I'm the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, making Kurama's chakra surround him, forming the 9 tails. Man. What the hell? The man couldn't finish speaking as Issei had hit him, causing him to go through a couple of houses. The man let go of the girl due to the blow, but before she even hit the ground, Issei had already taken her in his arms and disappeared in a red flash. A few meters away. The others in the group had seen the dust that had been raised by Issei hitting the man. The 3 of them said the same thing. Issei got into trouble and continued on their way. Forest. In the middle of some trees, a red flash could be seen forming, and a red-haired boy came out carrying a blonde woman. Kurama. Puppy, put your hands on your stomach and a little of your chakra flows through your hands. Issei. For what? Kurama. You just do it. Issei. Okay. Issei did it and suddenly appeared in what seemed to be the subconscious of that girl. He walked until he found a girl who was talking to a kind of cat made of a kind of fire. Issei. Hello. Who are you and what are you doing here? Scared. Issei. I'm sorry, Bang, I'm Issei Namikaze Uzumaki and I'm here because. Kurama. Matabi transforming into a human form. Matabi. Kurama also taking human appearance. Both Bai just ran towards them to be at a distance, both hugged each other and kissed each other. Kurama. I didn't think I could see you again. Matabi. I don't know how much I've missed you either, she said before kissing again. Issei. I hate to ruin this reunion, but we are here. Matabi. Is this your Jinchuriki? Kurama. That's his name. Matabi. I already know that, I just wanted to confirm. Kitten, how about you introduce yourself? Yes, my name is Yujito Nai, I am the bearer of Matabi. Issei. What a nice name, making the girl blush. Yujito th thanks. Kurama. Well, what do you think if you get to know each other a little, we'll be here for a while, okay. Issei. But we have to go find my brother and the others. Kurama. Just a moment please. Issei. Just a little while, okay. Kurama and Matabi began to talk very close together, while Issei and Yujito did the same for only an hour, until Kurama asked him to leave and heal the girl. Out of the mindscape. Both children opened their eyes only to realize they were in the forest. Issei. Are you okay here? Yujito. No, that guy hit me. Issei. How about I heal you? The girl just nods. Issei took out some utensils from a storage scroll to heal the blonde. Issei. Give me your hand. The girl shows her arm with multiple, not deep but serious cuts visible. Issei. I can't believe what those people have done to you, they've always done this to you. Yujito. Yes, since I was 6 years old. Issei. They treated me the same since I was 3, but my brother appeared and took me to train. Yujito. How lucky you are. Issei. Can you take off your shirt? Yujito. I can't, blushes. Issei. Why can't you? Yujito. No, I don't wear a bra, super blushing. Issei. Also super blushed, I'll just heal you. Yujito. It's okay, but don't look at my breasts, taking off her shirt to cover her B-cup breasts. Issei began to heal a few wounds he had, but accidentally touched a part of her breasts and hex well no. Issei. Ready, they must heal in a while, blushing. Yujito. Thank you, and now what are you going to do? Issei. I'll go find my brother. Yujito. Then good luck sad. Issei. Let's go, otherwise you'll be left behind starting to walk. Vegito. Issei. Will you come with me or not? Vegito. Do you want a demon to go with you? Issei couldn't stand it anymore and kissed her. This fact surprised Yujito, since she had never felt any kind of affection, and what Issei made her feel was something inexplicable for her, and they continued with the kiss until they could no longer stand it due to lack of air. Issei. I'm sorry to do this, but I couldn't let you keep saying that, you're beautiful and I would feel honored that you came with me, so never talk about yourself like that again, okay? Blushing. Vegito didn't know what to do or what to say, she just lowered her head and opened her arms like a little girl asking to be carried, and this is what she did. Issei began to carry her princess style and walk towards the village to look for the others. But Naruto moments after the explosion created by Issei. Naruto walked behind the copy couple, that is, Kakashi and Rin. He turned his gaze and looked at some swords on a shelf where there were some katanas which caught his attention. Of course he had not trained with them, and this was because he did not have one, but he thought that his brother could teach him, so he entered the store while the copy couple continued on their way. Naruto entered and began to look at the katanas, but something behind him caught his attention more. A black man about 2 meters tall had a girl his age holding onto her dress. HN. I told you that if you did things right I would get paid angry. I'm sorry but I did what you told me. HN. I don't care, I'll get even lowering the zipper. Naruto. Hey black, leave the girl. HN. And you, what a brat, get out of here. Naruto. Not until you leave that girl. HN. You know he hit you first and then raped this girl in front of you. The man began to walk towards Naruto, but he jumped and hit him in the face with weights and without chakra if he hadn't taken them off yet, and began to hit his torso, but the guy didn't even flinch and grabbed him by the hair. Naruto took advantage of this to hit him in the leg and make him kneel and wrap his legs, that is, Naruto's, around his shoulder, but the guy did it and let him fall, and then threw him towards a shelf. Naruto. Wow, you are strong, but I'm tired. Naruto put some chakra in his fists, not enough to kill him, but he did it and hit him in the torso, bent him over and grabbed his head, then began to knee him in the face, picked him up and threw him outside. This alarmed the couple that was eating at an outdoor stall. Kakashi. Those kids look like they're having fun. Rin. Shouldn't we see what they do? Kakashi. Don't worry, they'll be fine. Naruto dusted off his trench coat and approached the girl. Naruto. Are you okay? Yes, thanks. Naruto. What's your name? My boyfriend's name is Akane. Naruto. What a beautiful name, but what are you doing here and why did that man want to grape you? Akane. My mother died and that man took me in, but only to be his servant, and today I didn't do something that he supposedly said, and that's what led him to that. Naruto. Well, don't worry, you won't go through that anymore. Akane. Why do you say that? Naruto. Well, because I have a proposal for you. Akane. Which one? Naruto. How about you come with me and become part of the Namikaze clan? Akane. Namikaze clan. Naruto. Yes, it is an almost extinct clan, but it is about to re-emerge thanks to me, and you will join me without realizing what he says. Akane. And you wouldn't have any problems. Blushes. Naruto. Of course not, come with me please. Akane. Yes, I'll go with you, taking her hand to leave. Naruto didn't realize it, but he had proposed marriage to Akane, and she accepted and left happily. Both brothers were walking on the same street in the same direction until they met the couple. Kakashi. Wow, they had fun seeing the brothers with their new girlfriends, I wish I was like you. Rin. What did you say, darling? With a kind smile that was scary. Kakashi. Nothing honey, nothing, I'll change the subject, where did those girls come from? Issei. Naruto. Well. Do stories later. Kakashi. So that girl is the Matatabi's Jinchuriki, and that girl was almost raped. Rin. Well, that's what it seems. Naruto. And Akane will be a new member of the Namikaze clan, blushes the aforementioned and surprises the others. Issei. And what do you say, Yujito, you also want to be part of the Uzumaki clan? Yujito. It wasn't from Namikaze. Issei. Well, Naruto is the leader of the Namikaze clan, and I am the leader of the Uzumaki clan. Rin. And how did they choose him? Naruto. By her hair, making Rin nod. Yujito. Well, it would be an honor for me. The group ate and went to an inn where they spent the night, of course boys on one side and girls on the other. The next day. The group was leaving the inn until Rin saw the girls' clothes and noticed that they were a little old. Rin. Girls, do you think we should buy some clothes? Akane. It would be a nuisance. Naruto. Nothing of that, Akane, let's go, I'll buy you whatever you want. Yujito just looked at Issei with puppy eyes, no jutsu. Issei. You too, Yugi. Yujito. Akane. Yes. And so they went to a clothing store where they bought many changes of clothes for the women, while the men just gave their opinion until they came out and looked at each other like this. This costume made every man who looked at them blush, so Kakashi, Naruto and Issei hugged each of their girls, paid and left. The boys hugging them excited them since they knew that they loved them. The group left that village to go to another place that needed their help. Already on the road, each girl was holding hands with her boys, who felt something and just crouched down next to their partners so that a man with an orange mask appeared in front of them. Kakashi Rin. Kakashi Rin. It can't be. Chapter 5 Forgiving a Friend. Each couple was holding hands until something alerted the boys, causing them to crouch down next to their girls so that a fireball that had been thrown by a guy in a black mask would pass over them. That guy fell a few meters in front of them and then took off his mask, causing Issei, Naruto and the tiger to get into a battle pose. Kakashi Rin. Kakashi Rin. Death. Death. How are you still alive, Rin? I saw when Kakashi pierced you with a Raikokiri, surprised. Rin. I owe that to Issei-sensei who revived me. Kakashi. Obituary. He could not finish speaking because death had hit him so hard that he was sent flying. Obituary. Kakashi, you have nothing to say, you took away what I loved the most. Suddenly Issei decided to attack. Issei. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu. Issei breathed a large amount of air and then launched a large ball of fire, but something, or rather someone, stopped that attack. What a death, take better care of your back, otherwise you will die at some point, worried. Death. Konan, you know that attack wouldn't do anything to me, so you take care of that redeed, my clones of the blonde, and I'll take care of this guy, grabbing 4 white clones to run away to where Kakashi fell. Konan. Why me with them? Disappointed. Issei. Don't underestimate us, brother, take care of those clones, Kopoaka the tiger take care of the girls. Rin supports Kakashi, receiving a yes from everyone to leave that place, I'll take care of you. Konan. I hope you give me a fight. Issei. It will be like that, don't worry. Issei vs Konan fight. Issei started running towards Konan to fight Taijutsu, but all the blows he threw were blocked by sheets of paper. Issei. It seems that I won't have it easy against your protection, taking out a kunai. Konan. Come on, you have a katana on your back, use it. Issei. No matter what, my kunai will do, shielding the weapon with chakra. But what Issei did not expect was that Konan would start throwing leaves in the form of stakes, causing Issei to have to block them, but if he was damaged. Issei. Mentally, if I don't want to get more damaged I have to do it with Sharingan. An incredible 9-volume Sharingan appeared on Issei's son, surprising Konan. Konan. How is it that you carry a Sharingan and that it has more than 3 volumes? Issei. I carried it thanks to the fact that I am the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, it is 9 tomos, and the only thing I know is that it is like that since it is a mutation. Konan. The fight doesn't matter anymore. Issei began to attack Konan with Taijutsu, but she only dodged them until she got fed up and leaves came out of her and formed 2 more Konan. Issei did the same, creating 4 clones and fighting. Clones. Fire Ninja Art. Phoenix Flower. Lava Ninja Art. Meteor Wooden Ninja Art. Stakes. From the mouths of 2 Issei came out multiple small balls of fire in the direction of a clone of Konan which covered it. 2 other clones raised some stone balls which they covered in fire until they seemed to be made of lava so that they also went to another clone. Issei made wooden trunks come out of the ground from which spikes grew and several stakes came out in the direction of the real Konan, which blocked all the attacks. But what they didn't know was that they had done everything to distract them and take them by surprise and hug them to say. Clones Jutsu clone. Explosion. The 2 Konan gave in to the attack, but the real one freed herself from the clone with her wings made of sheets of paper. Konan. Wow, what an interesting trick you just did. Issei. Thanks, but I think we have to end this, I don't want to kill you so I'll just do this. Water style. Water Rasengan. Issei headed towards Konan with a Rasengan in hand, but she pierced him with a large blade covered in chakra, but the Redeed's body disappeared in smoke, surprising the purple-haired girl. Konan felt someone behind her and when she realized who it was she said. Konan. Mentally, but how did he do it? It can't be at that moment. If at the moment when Konan was distracted to get rid of the clone, Issei took advantage to replace himself with a clone, to travel through the shadows, and at the right moment he appeared behind Konan and boom. He hit her in the back of the neck to knock her unconscious. Issei. You were really frustrating. Seeing an explosion, I hope everything is okay. Kakashi vs Death fight. Kakashi got up because he had gone through some trees and when the dead man arrived in front of him. Kakashi. I know you're angry, but what I didn't decide. Death. You didn't decide to kill Rin, is what you're trying to say. Kakashi. That's right, I didn't want to kill her, she got in the way because. Death. I wanted to die at the hands of the one I loved, I know finishing the words, and that's why I want to kill you activating his Sharingan just like Kakashi. This fight will be presented like this, only change the terrain to a forest and remove what is not in this story. We started from when Kakashi took his hand out of his death chest. Kakashi. Come on, obituary, forgive me and let's be friends. Death. Haha, after Minato-sensei was killed because of me you want to be my friend. Kakashi. That doesn't matter, you are and will always be my friend because approaching death just like him. Death. He who breaks the rules is called scum. Kakashi. But he who abandons his friends is. Kakashi Obito. Worse than scum, shaking hands to smile. Rin. Arriving at the scene, it seems they are already friends. Death. Since when are you? Rin. Since you said that I wanted to die at the hands of Kakashi. Death. Rinyo blush. Rin. Yes, I know and I always knew it, but I couldn't reciprocate and now I can do it even less since I'm Kakashi's wife showing her ring, but I can do this giving him a kiss on the cheek, but don't be discouraged, there is someone who can reciprocate. Death. Thank you. Kakashi. Seeing an explosion, let's go see that no one is dead. Rin. I doubt it. Naruto versus the White Clones fight. Naruto had stood in front of the 3 clones who made their hands take the form of a spear. Naruto. Come on, I hope you give me fun. Naruto ran away from the clones and started a taijutsu fight. Naruto didn't look good against the 3 of them, so he only created 2 clones to be even. But the fight was even, so they moved on to ninjutsu. Naruto clones, Water Ninja Art. Water Dragon. Fire Ninja Art. Fireball. Lightning Ninja Art. Zeus's Lightning. One of the clones released a dragon made of water, another clone released a ball made of fire, while the real one released a large ray. Clones. Fire Ninja Art. Great Fireball. Water Ninja Art. Water Dragon. Earth Ninja Art. Earth Wall. All the techniques had been neutralized between them. Naruto. Okay, let's go with everything, taking out a 3-pointed kunai just like his clone's Rasengan. Naruto and his clones ran towards the others, but Naruto threw his kunai, but this passed to the clones. The same thing happened with the others, but when they were almost about to collide, Naruto disappeared and reappeared behind the clones to give them the Rasengan in the back with such force that it made the clones disappear. Naruto. Wow, that was fun watching the explosion, I'm going to see if they're not hurt. Blake versus clone fight. If even the bucking tiger is going to fight and with chakra and everything, don't be surprised. Popo had taken the 2 girls to a safe distance from the other fights, but he didn't know that a death clone had been following him, he only realized it until. Clone. Fire Ninja Art. Fireball. Popo could only protect the girls with his body, coming out a little injured, but quickly ran towards the clone at great speed. The clone tried to cut him with his hand, which had turned into a knife, but Popo replaced himself with a log, only to appear next to that clone and give him a swipe with his claw, causing him to fly away. Clone. We stopped playing Fire Ninja Art. Great Fireball. The clone launched that technique, but he didn't know what would happen when he attacked with his snout, creating a black ball of chakra Biju style and launching it, destroying the clone's technique and him in the process, causing a huge explosion. Vegito. Incredible, thanks Popo, taking Popo in her hands. The cane. Yes, thank you, Flake, we promise that from now on we will take care of you, giving a lick of how. Issei. Arriving at the scene with Conan in his arms, are you all okay? Worried. Vegito. Yes, we are fine, Popo protected us. Naruto. Arriving, what an explosion that caused Snowflake. Issei. If not for nothing Kurama trained him. Kakashi. Well, it's good that he protected them, arriving with Obito and Rin. Naruto. It seems that they are already friends. Obituary. That's right, we're friends now, so don't worry. Seeing Issei with Kanana in his arms, is she okay? Issei. Yes, he is only unconsciously. Kakashi. What do you think if we camp here and tomorrow we leave for another town? Issei. It's a good plan. Death. Kakashi, will you let me stay with you and return to Konoha? Naruto. Of course, right Kakashi. Kakashi. Of course. Naruto ruffling the blonde hair. Death. Thank you very much, putting on his orange mask. Issei. And why the mask? Obito. Because of my scar and my missing eye, and why you have yours? Issei. To look great just like Issei sensei. Obito. Do you know Issei sensei? Rin. They were trained by him just like us. Naruto. He even named Issei Guardian of Light and Darkness. Death. Incredible. Issei. Leaving that aside, why don't you stop chewing and put on a patch? If you show your scar, you look manly. Death. Of course, we see taking off his mask and creating a black patch over his missing eye. Vegito. You look good like this. The cane. And why don't you have a Naruto? Naruto. Why I don't like them. Kakashi. Let's stop talking and eat. All? Yes. Chapter 6 Return. It was already night and the group was gathered around a campfire. Kurama. Issei, you better tell them about your other life. Issei. Yes, I think I will. Issei. Guys, I have something to tell you. Vegito. What's wrong? Issei. You see, my soul comes from another dimension. Everyone looked at him a little strangely, so Issei proceeded to tell the whole story of his past life, causing everyone to be surprised by what he was telling. It took so long that the girls fell asleep on their boys' legs. Issei. Then I was reborn here and you are my new family, stroking Yujito's head while she slept. Naruto. That's another slingshot. Kakashi. That explains why Issei knows you. Issei. Yes, he told me that while he was training one day he opened a portal and found this dimension, and that's how he met my dad during the Third Great Ninja War, isn't that right Kakashi? Kakashi. That's right, I met him after my dad died, we met him a few days before Minato faced the fourth Raikage and his brother Killer Bee, and that's how he became known as the fastest shinobi in the world. Death. Yes, that fight was amazing. Kakashi. If I joined, I would like you to see it. Issei. Well then, how about we go to sleep? Naruto. If I'm tired, I'll sleep. All the boys carried the girls into the sleeping houses. With Death. He was lying on his side looking at Konan, his side in a few words was beautiful. That girl he had met as part of the Orphans of the Rain was beautiful, she really was, and why not try something with her, even though she might reject him, but what does it matter, she has nothing to lose. With Kakashi. He would never tire of seeing his beloved wife, it was incredible that someone so strong, angry, beautiful, helpful and supportive was his wife. So he just hugged her and pulled her to his chest to sleep comfortably with the warmth of each other. With Naruto. This white-haired girl made him feel warm and when she hugged him, he blushed because he hadn't had contact with a girl in a long time and what he felt for Akane was unique. So he timidly put his arm under her head, making the girl's head roll to Naruto's shoulder and they were very close feeling each other's breath. With Issei. Vegito had just woken up when they entered the sleeping house. Vegito. Wow Issei, I didn't think you were so direct flirty. Issei. No, I don't know what you're talking about, blushing heavily. Vegito. I hope you don't want to do anything perverted, sticking to Issei, making him feel her breasts. Issei. Yo. Vegito. Don't worry, you can touch whatever you want and if you want you can take getting close to her, you're my virginity. Issei couldn't take it anymore and fainted because after all he was a child, a virgin. So Yujito just smiled and lay down on Issei's chest to fall deeply asleep. The next day. The girls in the group woke up and realized that their partners were not there, so they left their sleeping houses. Konan. Leaving. Good morning. Vegito. Akane. Rin. Good morning. Konan. They don't know where Obito is. Akane. I was going to ask you if you knew about Naruto. Rin. Same for Kakashi. Vegito. And where is Issei? Then Kakashi appeared with Obito carrying a tree trunk. Kakashi. Good morning girls, how did you sleep? Vegito. Okay, and where are Issei and Naruto? Death. Cutting the tree with a sharp metal bar they went fishing. Vegito. Go fishing, Dawn. And in the sky the brothers appeared, Naruto fell to the ground ready to throw Issei into the sky who had a large fish. He threw Issei when he reached a good height he threw the fish towards his brother. Naruto. Wind ninja art. Wind cutting. He released a large stream of air which cut through the fish and Issei's clothes. Issei fell faster than the fish and he took advantage of this. Issei. Fire ninja art. Phoenix flower. Several small balls of fire came out of his mouth and one of them hit the fish, cooking it. Of course, the technique didn't have much chakra so as not to burn the fish. And when he reached the ground, he put his hands on it so that a root came out from which a kind of needle made of wood in which the fish was stuck. Issei. Good morning. Vegito. Issei, you are hurt, worried, come I will heal you. Issei. Kurama delays healing. Kurama. Okay, I'll do it. Kakashi. Well, they want to eat. All. Yeah, sure. And so everyone had breakfast while Yujito healed Issei while blushing from touching his entire body. Konan. Where are we going now? Issei. We will look for villages that require our help just to gain experience and train Yujito and Akane. Death. Well, let's go. And so it was that for a whole year they traveled from village to village, looking for people who would need their help, in addition to slowly training the girls who at the end of the year had a high genin level. A relationship also began between Konan and Obito, Akane and Naruto and Yujito and Issei. The year of travel had ended and the group was on their way to Konoha. Naruto. I want to go to Ichiraku Ramen now. Akane. Do you like ramen that much? Issei. Well, yes, we love ramen, this is in our genes. Vegito. So our children will like ramen. Rin. It seems so. Kakashi. Look at Konoha pointing to the village gates. Yujito. Wow, that's impressive. Issei. And wait until you get there, the village is very pretty. And so they walked for a few minutes until they could see the doors of the village, and in them they could see something that left the brothers very surprised, as well as Rin and Obito. And it was none other than the fourth Hokage. Minato Namikaze, who was standing with his back turned talking to the gate guards. The brothers couldn't take it anymore and ran out to hug their father, while their girls just watched as they ran happily. Naruto Issei. Dad running to his father. Minato. Turning to look in the direction where the voices came from, and when he realized he could only smile and greet his children with a warm hug. Children, my children, you don't know how much I missed you. Naruto. And we love you, Dad. Issei. But how are you alive if Issei-sensei had said that Shinigami had not allowed it? Minato. In fact, that's how it was at the beginning, but Issei convinced her with Hex, and your mother asked her to lie to them until they finished their training because they were starting to do it. Naruto. Since when are you alive? Minato. Since 10 years ago. Issei. So we had gone to train. Minato. That's why he asked him to keep a secret that we were alive, so as not to affect his training. Kakashi. Hello Minato-sensei, it's good to see you again. Minato. Hello Kakashi, Rin, Obito, I'm glad to see you. Rin. I'm surprised you're here again. Minato. Well, it's thanks to Issei. Issei. What about me? Minato. The other Issei, but well, I think it's good that they're back. Their mother will want to see them. Naruto. Yes, let's go with mom. Starting to run to his house. Minato. He started running without knowing where we live, right? With a drop on his head. Issei. That's better, I'll catch up with him and look for mom's chakra. I'll see you later. Running to catch up with Naruto with Yujito and Akane. Minato. Okay guys, how about you go rest? Death. Minato-sensei yo. Minato. Calm down, Death, I know what you did but calm down, I don't hold any grudge against you, after all you did it because you didn't understand the situation, but it doesn't matter anymore, go rest, and I'll see you tomorrow at the Hokage Tower first thing in the morning, okay? All okay. House of the Namikaze. In a small but beautiful house you could see a red-haired woman. She was reading in the living room of her house until she heard a knock on the door, so she got up and opened it, and when she did, she was surprised to see her two children. Kushina. Children, my children have finally returned, you don't know how much I miss them. Hugging them crying. Issei. We miss you too, mom crying. Naruto. Since we were born the Hokage told us who our parents were so we looked for them in the library and there we saw a photo of you and you know. Crying. Issei. You are just as beautiful as a mom. Kushina. Oh children, you don't know how much I wanted to have you here with me, to hug you, cook for you, watch you grow, comfort you when you cry, support you at all times, but I couldn't. Issei. Yes, you did, Mom, because even though you weren't physically present, you were in our hearts and that was enough for us. Naruto. That's why we strive every day to be strong and make them proud of us. Kushina. And now we know that we have the best children we could have. Issei. Well, enough of crying, let's go in. I want to rest and talk to you all. Entering with everyone. Kushina. Okay kids, tell me who these girls are. Looking at Yujito and Akane who were sitting on the chairs. Yujito. My name is Yujito Nai, I am Issei's girlfriend. Akane. I'm Akane Namikaze. Naruto's fiancé. Kushina. What? What do you mean, girlfriend and fiancé? Issei. Well, you see, Mom, we met them a year ago in a town and we've been together ever since. Naruto. Yes, and without knowing it, I asked Akane to marry me and that's how things are. Kushina. Well, it's fine as long as they're happy. Issei. Yes, Mom, I'm hungry, can we eat something? Kushina. Of course we're going, sit at the table there, we'll eat and talk. And so a new life in Konoha begins and new adventures will begin. Hello, I'm Issei. We're finally returning to Konoha and with this we must do some things and keep promises. They will also give us some surprises. In the next chapter, surprises. Chapter 7, surprises. The Namikaze family was eating. Issei. How delicious it tastes, Mom eating. Kushina. Thank you son. And so they continued eating until something surprised the brothers and their girls. Mom, I'm back. Entering the house. Issei. Naruto. Mom. In shock. Kushina. Smiling. That's good, daughter. Issei. Naruto. Daughter. More in shock. The blonde and the redhead just turned around to see a redheaded girl who looked like her mother. Who are you? Pointing to his brothers. Kushina. Daughter, they are your older brothers that I told you about. Issei. Standing in front of her. Hi, I'm Issei, and you? I am Mine Uzumaki, the next bloody fan bearer you shall be, he said smiling. Issei. Nice to meet you, mine, they are Naruto, your other brother, she is his girlfriend pointing to the couple, and well, she is my girlfriend pointing to Yujito, and well, he is Kopo the tiger. All. Nice to meet you grrrr. Mine. And where have you been these years? Walking to the table with Issei. Naruto. You see, when we were born, our parents died leaving Mio in shock. Because of that we were orphaned for a long time. We were in an orphanage for 3 years, then our grandfather Hirusen took us out of there, and for a year we lived alone, then an old friend of our parents took us to train for 10 years, and well, those years have passed, and here we are. Mine. And if mom and dad died, how are they here? Well, my friend Issei, the other one of course, revived us, and here we are entering the house with his former students. Mine. Dad, it's great that you came. Look, they are running to hug him and point to his brothers. Minato. I know your brothers and it's good that they are here now. Issei. Yes. Death. Wow sensei, I didn't think you'd have another son by now standing next to Konan. Minato. Yes, Kushina got pregnant a month after we revived. Rin. Wow, they didn't waste their time. Kushina. And when will they have a child? Well, it seems that they are a couple, right? Looking at the couple holding hands. Rin. Yes, well, I think it's not the time yet blushes. Issei. Hahaha, well since you're here, Dad, I think it's time to talk, don't you think Obito? Death. So it is, you have to take a seat. Minato. What do you want to talk about? Sitting in his place. Death. What happens is that a new enemy is approaching surprising everyone. A couple of hours later. It was already night. Kakashi, Rin, Obito and Konan had already retired to their homes and the Namikaze family was in the living room. Vegito. One question Kushina-sama. Kushina. Without the sama dear after all you can talk to me about yourself since you are my son's partner, really. Vegito. Th thanks, where will we sleep? Minato. Here of course Issei and Naruto have their rooms so they can sleep with them and then sleep here in the living room or wherever they want. Bakain. Really? Kushina. Of course, but I don't want to be a grandmother, not yet blushes the two couples. Mine. I want Flake to sleep with me. Issei. Sure, I'll take a bath before going to sleep. Kushina. Go ahead son. Already in the bathroom. Issei was washing himself when someone opened the bathroom door. Issei. Who is it? Yugito blushed. Yugito had entered the bathroom, but she was only wearing a towel that covered a bit of her naked body. Yugito. What's wrong Issei? You don't like seeing me like this getting closer you know right now you could make me yours. Issei. You know what? I could, but no, if we're going to do it I want it to be on a special occasion sitting Yugito on his lap, but what if we do this? Issei started kissing Yugito while she was playing with his hair, so he started to lower his hand to her chest, which he grabbed something strong while they were kissing. Yugito. Issei don't even play with my breasts like that Issei. I thought you liked me. Yugito. Come on Issei, you yourself said to do it on a special occasion standing very blushed. Issei. Okay, can you help me with my back? Yugito. Of course honey. At the end of the bath the couple went to their room to sleep. With Naruto. The couple was lying in bed, clearly hugging each other. Bakain. Naru, since we're here, are you going to look for Sakura and Ino? Naruto. Yes, I have to keep my promise, but if they no longer want anything with me, I will not force them. Bakain. And how many girls do you plan to have jealous? Naruto. I don't know darling, but I can assure you one thing. Bakain. What? Naruto. You're going to be the one he loves the most. And so the couple fell asleep just like everyone else. The next morning. Kushina was walking down the stairs when she smelled a delicious aroma coming from the kitchen, so she went to see what was happening. When she got to the kitchen she found Yugito and Akane cooking. Kushina. How good it smells. Yugito. Kushina I hope you don't mind us taking the kitchen. Kushina. Not at all, I'm glad they know how to cook, so I'll be calm when my children get married blushes the girls. Bakain. What is Kushina talking about? Blush. Kushina. Don't you dream of marrying my children? Yugito. Of course, but we are still children, maybe when we are Chunin or Jounin. Kushina. So you plan to be ninjas? Bakain. Even their children train us. Kushina. I'm glad. Issei. Arriving at the kitchen with Kopo what a delicious breakfast. Yugito. If it's ready, sit down handing a plate to Issei and Kopo. Kushina. And Naruto and your dad. Issei. My dad has already left and Naruto is sleeping as is Mio starting to eat. Bakain. Typical Naruto. Naruto. What about me? Arriving at the kitchen. Issei. It's typical that you fall asleep. Naruto. Well, that's it. Kushina. I'll take breakfast to your father. Issei. Sure, we'll catch up with you there. Kushina. Sure, leaving the house. Yujito. And now what are we going to do? Issei. We will ask my dad for permission to enter the ninja academy. Akane. That's great, and you think he'll leave us? Naruto. Of course, otherwise how will I be Hokage? In the Hokage Tower. Minato, the fourth Hokage, was signing papers with Kushina when Issei, Naruto, Kakashi, Obito and their partners entered. Minato. It's good that you are here. Kakashi. Yes, and why did he call us? Minato. Why, it's time for him to start his work as a ninja. Konan. That means he accepts me as a ninja of the leaf. Minato. Of course, giving him the ninja band from this moment you are a jounin of the leaf just like Obito and Rin. Konan. Thank you very much. Issei. Dad, we wanted to ask you for permission to enter the academy. Minato. What? I was thinking of putting them in Chunin or Jounin rank. Naruto. No dad, I want to rise in rank with my merits to become Hokage. Issei. And I have to follow my brother so he doesn't get into trouble. Minato. Well, in that case they will enter with Yujito and Akane, right? Naruto. Of course. Minato. Well, if you hurry up, you'll make it to your first day of school giving them a sheet of paper, you'll graduate in 2 months, so go. Naruto. Thanks dad, leaving the office with the others. Kakashi. And us. Minato. You have a team mission, why from now on you will form it. Death. Mission. On the street. Akane. I'm excited to become a ninja and be like the famous Tsunade Senju walking with the others. Naruto. And you will achieve it, you'll see. Issei. I just hope everything goes well. Naruto. Brother, why did you decide to enter the academy? Vegito. Yes, Issei, after all you are the Kage of Yuzu, aren't you? Issei. I am, but I'm not old enough to take the position yet. I plan to give it to my mom. I'll tell her at lunch today. Naruto. That would be great. Issei. Well then let's go, we have to get to the academy starting to run with the others. Hi, I'm Naruto. We'll finally enter the academy and I can't believe we have a sister, but no, well, we'll start our ninja path. In the next chapter, Academy. Chapter 8 Academy. Make time. After Issei and Naruto left the village to train, Hinata was left alone since Tenten did not talk to her much. Shortly after everything that Issei had saved her from happened again, the children bothered her for her eyes, telling her weird, ugly, you look like a demon, among other things. Her father distanced himself from her when she turned 9 years old. She began her training day and night until she could no longer train alone. She made her strong one thing, in which she would see Issei again and he would protect her from anything. At the moment. At the academy to become a ninja, classes were about to begin. Iruka. Okay guys, class is about to start so. She couldn't finish speaking because there was a knock on the door. Iruka addressed her. Iruka. What's wrong? The Hokage sent us here to start classes, giving him a sheet of paper. Iruka. Looking at the sheet very well, come in, pay attention guys, although the classes are already advanced today we have 4 new students, please come in. All the students looked attentively at the new students since they attracted a lot of attention. They could see a blonde boy wearing a black trench coat with a white shirt underneath. He had black ambu pants and combat boots. In his left ear he had several earrings, and he was accompanied and hugged by a white-haired girl with wide eyes, who had a blouse that only covered her breasts, a mini short, and had red sleeves. And the other couple, a pale blonde girl, had a black blouse with the Uzumaki clan symbol on the back, black ambu pants, blue sandals and had bandages on both arms, and the scary boy, the Redeed, had a black mask that covered half of his face, a black shirt, his black vest, black ambu pants, combat boots, and carried a katana on his back. Iruka. Very well, how about you introduce yourselves? My name is Naruto Namikaze, surprising a pink-haired girl and a blonde girl. My name is Akane Namikaze. My name is Yujito Uzumaki. My name is Issei Uzumaki, surprising a pearl-eyed girl. Iruka. Are they the Hokage's children? Issei. Just me and Naruto. Iruka. Very well, you can take a seat. Issei and Yujito headed to a table in the corner where a shy-looking girl was sitting. Issei. Sitting next to the girl. Hello, Hinata whispering. Hinata. Surprised Issei, is that you? Issei. Of course it's me, that boy who rescued you that time. Flashback. The little girl with pearl-colored eyes could be seen running in the forest until she collided with a group of children. Boy. Look who it is, the girl with strange eyes. Child. He looks horrible with those eyes. Child. He looks like a monster. The girl began to cry because of the words those children were saying to her until something surprised her. Hey, leave that girl alone. Child. What do you want, orphan? Issei. My name is Issei and I'm going to protect that girl who is being bullied. Boy. Well, let's see if you can handle the 3 of us. The boy launched himself at him, but Issei dodged him and hit him in the stomach. With this, the other children took him by the arms to hold him. Child. Getting up, damn, that really hurt, now you'll see. The boy began to hit Issei, kicking and hitting him until a blonde boy came running to kick him. Issei. Hitting one of the two children. Naruto, until you arrive. Naruto. Hitting the other. I'm sorry, I couldn't find you. Issei. Since we have to take care of these children. Child. Well, let's see what they have. 10 minutes later. The children could be seen running as Issei got up with Naruto's help. Issei. Wow, they really put up a fight with a black eye and blood coming out of his nose. Naruto. Yes, but we won with blood coming out of his lips. Issei. Approaching Hinata. Are you okay? Hinata. Blush. Why yes, thank you. Naruto. Okay, let's go. Issei, I'm cold. Issei. Yes, looking at Hinata who was trembling. Put it on so you're warmer. Putting a blue scarf on her. Hinata. Smelling the scarf. Thank you very much, by giving him a kiss on the cheek and running away under Issei's watchful eye. End of flashback. Hinata. Touching the scarf she was wearing. Issei, you don't know how much I missed you. Hugging Issei. Issei. I missed you too, darling. Blushes Hinata and makes Yujito jealous. Iruka. Pay attention. Issei. I'm so sorry. With Hinata hugging him and Yujito burning with jealousy. Yujito. Thinking that girl wants to take my Issei. Watabi. Calm down kitty, wait. Sensing Hinata's chakra, she's the Jinchuriki of the five-tailed Biju. Yujito. Are you serious? Watabi. Yes, but she only has half of her chakra. That damn Kurama must be flirting with her. Yujito. She. Watabi. If the Bijus of 73256 are women. Yujito. And who of them are Kurama's partners? Watabi. Kurama was separated into two yin and yang so that they wouldn't fight. We divided the girls between the two of them. Yujito. And who are with Issei's Kurama? Watabi. Issei's Kurama is yang, and with it he has the 275 as a partner, but the Biju of 5 being divided into two yin Kurama also has it as a partner. Yujito. Wow, how complex. Watabi. Yes, and wait until it's night, I'm going to hit him. Issei continued hugging Hinata until class ended. When leaving, Issei was going to talk to Yujito, but she ran off in the direction of the Uzumaki's house. Naruto. Issei, what happened to Yujito? Watching Yujito run. Issei. I don't know. Looking at Hinata. Hinata, do you want me to accompany you? Hinata. I don't want to be a bother. Shy. Issei. Of course we are not going. Issei started walking carrying Hinata princess style. Naruto. Looking at his brother. Wow, how quickly he got another girlfriend. Akane. But it seems that Yujito didn't take it very well. Naruto. It seems so. Naruto. Naruto was tackled by two girls who had been waiting for him for 10 years. Naruto. Hello Sakura, Ino. Ino. When did you come back? Leaving Naruto to stop. Naruto. Already standing. I just came back yesterday. Sakura. And when were you planning to look for us? With a pout. Naruto. I was actually going to do it right now. Ino. Well then I think it's time to decide. Naruto. Decide what? Sakura. Who will be your main girlfriend? Akane. I think I just beat them. Ino. Sakura. What? With a shocked face. Naruto. Haha, I think so, right? Being hugged by Akane. Ino. Is she? Sakura. Your girlfriend? Akane. That's how I have been for 8 months. Ino. I was going to be the first. Sakura. I think you're wrong, I was going to be his girlfriend. Akane. Don't fight, remember that Naruto is in the clan reconstruction plan. Ino. And that means that. Sakura. That Naruto and Issei can have more than one girlfriend. Naruto. Rubbing the back of his head. If that's true. Ino. Then Naruto approaching Naruto. Sakura. Holding Akane aside. We can also be your girlfriends. Naruto. Well looking at Akane. Akane. You can, but just remember that Naruto won't only have us. Ino. Sakura. No problem. Hugging Naruto. With Issei. Issei walked with Hinata in his arms. Hinata. Issei, is that girl who was accompanying you your no girlfriend? Issei. I'm not going to lie to you, if she is my girlfriend, I think I should introduce her to you, don't you think? Hinata. But why if I'm nothing of yours? Sad. Issei. Putting down Hinata. You are everything to me, you are one of the two most precious people to me, so I want to make you a proposal even knowing what happened a moment ago. Hinata. Blushed fully. What the thing? Issei. Blushing. Hinata, do you want to be my girlfriend? This question echoed in Hinata's head, this question that she had been waiting for 10 years. That day when Issei saved her, she fell in love with him, he had stolen her heart. Issei. You have to know that you may not be the only one, but you will be one of the most important. Hinata just kissed Issei, a tender, slow kiss full of love. They kissed for a few minutes until they ran out of air. Hinata. Issei, I love you. Hugging Issei. Issei. I love you too. But what they didn't realize is that all this was done in front of the doors of the Hyuga complex, and without waiting Hiashi came out and saw that scene that the couple gave away. Hiashi. Ahem, am I interrupting something? Hinata father. Issei. Sir I. Hiashi. Hinata inside pointing with his finger. Hinata. But. Hiashi I said inside. Issei. I didn't yell at Hinata watching how she went into her house sadly. Hiashi. Look kid, just because you're the Hokage's son doesn't give you the right to mess with my daughter, so get out. Issei couldn't say anything since he had closed the door, so without further ado he headed home. Issei had already arrived and went to the kitchen to see if his mother was there, but he only saw a note that said, "Son, I went out to see your father, after that I will buy some things, Mio is at a friend's house, and Naruto is on a date with Sakura and Ino." Yujito arrived and locked herself in the room, so check what's going on. Love you, mom. Issei just left the note where he took it from and went to the room he shared with Yujito. Upon entering he could see everything dark since it was getting dark, he went to the bed where his girl was. Issei. Yujito, are you okay? Sitting next to the bed, I want to know if you got angry for seeing me with Hina. Issei didn't finish talking that he had stepped back to dodge a blow from Yujito. Issei. Yujito, calm down. Issei saw how Yujito stood up and had those of a cat in blue in color, in the same way a trail of blue chakra surrounded her. Issei. Yujito, don't use Mata. Issei had dodged a blow from Yujito, since she had grown her nails into claws, she attacked him again and again, until in a moment of carelessness, he grabbed her from behind holding her arms. Issei. Yujito, calm down or I'll hurt you. Then Yujito hit him in the crotch, causing him to let go of her. She spun on her own axis and kicked him, causing him to go through the wall and fly out into the forest. Issei rolled a few meters until he managed to recover and got up. Issei. What the hell is wrong with him? KURAMA1. I don't know, puppy, but you better be careful because in that state she is very dangerous. Issei. I understand, I'll keep that in mind. Issei watched as Yujito came running, cutting down one tree or another that crossed her path. When she was a few meters away, she made a hand pose and the ponytail she had in her hair rose above her head to start throwing things that looked like sembos at high speed, making Issei dodge them with difficulty. Issei. Thinking shit, those things are poisoned, if they hit me I'll be in danger, I'll have to use Sharingan. Issei had activated his 9-tome Sharingan, with which it was easier for him to dodge each attack. Issei. What in ninja art? What in prison? Issei had put his hands on the ground, causing some branches to grow from the ground to entangle themselves around Yujito to catch her. Issei. Now that I have it, what do I do? KURAMA1. I don't know, I try to contact Matabi, but he doesn't respond. Issei. Yujito reacts, I don't want to hurt you. Then he saw how Yujito was enveloped in a kind of blue flames that began to burn the branches, making her free to go to Issei and start a Taijutsu fight. The fight was won by Issei, who only dodged every blow that Yujito wanted to give him until she made 3 clones and in the same way began to attack Issei, who found it difficult to dodge the blows until he received a strong blow to his torso, causing him to fly a few meters and stick into a tree which ended in a point, having pierced his torso and chest, causing Issei to only spit blood and be dead. Yujito had noticed this, so she just vanished the chakra cloak and ran out to see Issei. Yujito. What is he doing? He's dead. Elsewhere, Minato, Kushina, Hinata, Mio and Naruto had sensed that something had happened to Issei. Hokage Tower. Kushina. I think something happened to Issei. Minato. Look for it. Kushina. Looking for Issei's chakra, I found it in the forest. Minato. Let's go, jumping out the window, and behind him was Kushina. Ichiraku Ramen. Naruto. I feel like Issei is wrong. Bakain. What are you talking about, Naru? Naruto. I have to look for Issei leaving the place. Ino. You have to go with him. Sakura. Let's go, leaving the place like the others. Hyuga complex. Hinata. Will Issei be okay? I better look for him, activating his Bakugan to leave his room. In some house. Mine had turned to look at the forest. Shio. Is everything okay, Mio? Mine. I don't know, let's keep playing. Back to the forest. Yujito had approached Issei's body, who was still motionless. Yujito. He is. Matabi. I don't know, I try to connect with Kurama, but I can't see him, I think he is. Then Minato and Kushina had arrived at the place. Kushina. Looking at Issei's son, no son, please wake up, please, trying to wake up Issei. Minato. But what happened to him? Looking at Yujito, who just looked down. Then Naruto arrived, followed by Akane, Sakura and Ino. Naruto. Issei pulling his brother out of the tree to look at the wound. Brother, you'll be fine, seriously you'll be fine, trying to heal Issei. KURAMA2. Appearing in a ball of smoke, leave him, Naruto, he's dead. Everyone started crying, not knowing that someone was walking in their direction. Hello, I'm mine. What? My brother is dead. I can't believe Yujiro killed him out of jealousy. Chapter 9 Shinigami. Everyone was crying, Kushina was hugging Minato, Naruto was hugged by Sakura, Ino and Akane, and then Hinata and Yujiro were crying with Issei. Nobody had noticed that two people were approaching, or well, they didn't notice until they were already in front of them. It seems that Issei just died approaching. Mom, are we going to take her soul? Of course not, daughter, your father would be very angry, remember that he asked us to prevent him from dying. Yujiro. Standing in front of them, who are you? I am the Shinigami. Minato. Shinigami, please don't take my son. Shinigami. Calm down, Minato, I won't take his soul, on the contrary, we're going to revive him. Mom, I can do it. Shinigami. Of course, Shio, you already know how, don't you? Shio. Of course, yes. Shio approached Issei and kissed him, this surprised everyone as Issei began to glow in a reddish-orange hue. Shio. It tastes good licking her lips. Shinigami. Now listen to me, this is the last time we stop him from dying, so tell him to take care of himself, come on Shio. Shio. Yes, I'm coming. Then those women were lost in the darkness, since no one saw them, everyone saw Issei who no longer had the hole in his chest. Minato. Let's take him home, being followed by everyone except 3 people. Akane. Why did you do that, Yujiro? Yujiro. I got carried away by the jealousy I felt when I saw Issei being with Hinata and ignoring me, I got too angry and I didn't know what he was doing until I realized that I had killed him. Hinata. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Yujiro, it wasn't my intention. Akane. Also Yujiro, when we both agreed to be with both Issei and Naruto, we knew that we wouldn't be the only ones in their hearts, since more than 2 girls want to be with them. Hinata. Yes, and I knew it before he left because Tenten also wanted it and we were going to share it. Akane. Yes, and no matter how many girls he has, they will love us unconditionally. Yujiro. I know and I'm sorry. Hinata. Don't worry, approaching to give Yujiro a hug as well as Akane, he will continue to love you no matter what happens. Yujiro. I know. Brute base. So that girl is also a Jinchuriki. Bamboo. That's right, I love dancing, she does too, I saw her. Danzo. I'll have a council meeting tomorrow, she'll be in my ranks, I assure you. Uzumaki family house. Minato had already left Issei in his room and was with everyone in the living room when Yujiro arrived, as well as Akane and Hinata. Hinata. Are you okay, Issei? Kushina. My son is fine now, he just needs to rest. Sakura. Well, I think it's time for us to go. Ino. Yes, let's go. Hinata. I'm leaving too. They had already left and everyone looked at Yujiro. Minato. Well, I think you owe us an answer, don't you? Mine. Yes, why did you kill my little brother? On the streets of Konoha. Sakura. I hope this doesn't happen again. Hinata. She did it out of jealousy and I don't blame her. I would have done the same thing. Ino. Yes, but she knew he would have more than one girl. Sakura. Don't fight anymore, this won't happen again, see you tomorrow at the academy, turning towards her house. Ino. Yes, see you Hinata. Hinata. Goodbye, turning to her house. Koku. Do you think Issei already knows that you are a Jinchuriki? Hinata. I don't know, but he's one too, I don't think he'll have a problem. Koku. I hope so. Uzumaki house. Issei's room. Vegito entered the room and sat next to Issei, who was sleeping. Vegito. Forgive me, Issei, I know what I did was wrong, but I don't want to lose you again, she said while crying. At that, Issei began to wake up and noticed that Yujiro was crying. Issei. Why is the most beautiful blonde girlfriend I have crying? Vegito. Issei. Are you okay? Does something hurt? Issei. I'm fine, don't worry, tell me why you're crying. Vegito. For what I did to you. Issei. With his finger on Yujito's lips, don't say anything here, it's my fault for hurting you, I'm sorry. Vegito. Issei. Issei. It wasn't fair that I paid more attention to Hinata, but I hadn't seen her in 10 years and I got carried away by emotion, and if you don't want to be with me anymore, I'll understand. Vegito. Issei, don't say that, I will always be by your side, I know my jealousy was idiotic, but understand that I did it because you are what I love most in this world, okay? Issei. Okay. Vegito. And I wanted to tell you something, blushing. Issei. What's wrong? Vegito. How about you and I already know? Issei. What thing? Vegito. How about we sleep together? Issei. But we already did it. Vegito. But you know, more like lovers. Issei. Spoon. Vegito. I want to buck you, damn it, blushing hard. Issei. Blush so you want to have hex with me? Yujiro just nodded, blushing deeply, and was going to say something, but she didn't expect Issei to kiss her and lay her down on the bed. Yujiro. Issei. Issei. I'm sorry Yujiro, but I want our first time to be more romantic than this. Yujiro. I understand, then just stick to you, I don't want to lose you, she said while being hugged by Issei. Issei. And you won't do it, I will always be with you, kissing him on the head so that they both fall asleep. The next day. Issei had woken up and realized that Yujiro was not in bed, so he just dressed in a navy blue shirt, white shorts and blue sandals. When he went down, he went to the kitchen and his whole family was there. Issei. Good morning everyone. Minato. Good morning son, sit down to have breakfast. Kushina. Good morning son, what do you want for breakfast, eggs or toast? Issei. Toast thanks mom. Kushina ate breakfast, glad that her family was together. Minato. And how are you doing at the academy? Naruto. Good, although we already know what Iruka teaches us. Issei. If I don't teach them that, Issei-sensei. Mine. And when will I enter? Minato. You will enter the next generation, daughter. Akane. And if you want, we can help you with your training. Naruto. Yes, you will be the most powerful Kunoichi in Konoha. Vegito. Just one step below me, why would he be stronger than the Slug-san and Tsunade Senju? This comment brought smiles to everyone's faces, but the moment was interrupted by an Ambu. Ambu? Hokage-sama Danzo Chimura requested a meeting, and the presence of Yujiro and Akane Namikaze as well as their children is requested. Minato. We'll be there. While the Ambu disappeared. Well, I think we'll have to go. Kushina. I don't like this at all. Issei. Me neither. Meeting room. The family had already arrived at the place, each one had taken their place. Minato. Well Danzo, why did you do this meeting? Danzo. I did it to inform that she, pointing to Yujiro, is a Jinchuriki and that she must put herself under the command of Root. Hamura. Are you sure about what you're saying? Danzo. Of course. Kaharu. In that case, Danzo is right, she must put herself at Root's disposal. Danzo just put on a smile until. Issei. You know you can't do it since she belongs to my clan. Danzo. You're lying, brat, she's just. Issei. They hugging Yujiro's waist, my fiancé and the matriarch of the Uzumaki clan. Hamura. She can't take that position, Kushina has it. Kushina. In fact, I take charge as the matriarch of the Namikaze clan, only until Akane comes of age. Kaharu. What is all this about? Pearson. I can answer that. Before Naruto and Issei left on their training trip, I put them in the Kra and named them as the leaders of their respective clans, Naruto of the Namikaze clan and Issei of the Uzumaki clan, but since Minato revived, Naruto can only have that position until he is ready, but in the case of Issei, he is the leader of the Uzumaki clan. Issei. Yes, and since Yujiro is my fiancé, they can't force her to enter the Root because it would be as if they attacked me and I would have to answer. Danzo. We'll see about that, Ambu. From the shadows, 5 Ambu with a white mask with the kanji for Root appeared and tried to attack Issei and Yujiro, but they did not count on Issei taking out his glitter chains and piercing them, leaving them like skewers. Issei. This is just the tip of the iceberg of everything I can do, so it would be better if you didn't mess with me. Issei alone cut the Ambu in half, leaving only a mess of visors. Of course Kushina had covered Mio's eyes, so he wouldn't see what his older brother had done. Issei. See you, otherwise we'll be late. Konoha Ninja Academy. Naruto. Brother, do you think what you did was right? Issei. If they don't dare to bother us again, calm down. Naruto. Okay. Root base. Danzo was sitting at his desk very angry. Wow, Paris, nothing went as you planned, right Danzo? Danzo. Shut up, will you? Come on Danzo, don't be such a party pooper. Danzo. That damn brat thinks he's so smart. Do you want me to help you with that? Danzo. Very soon Orochimaru, very soon. Uzumaki house. The whole family was having dinner. Kushina. You shouldn't have killed those Ambu. Issei. Maybe, but I wouldn't let them hurt Yujiro. Vegito. I didn't know it would cause so many problems, I'm sorry, it's always my fault. Issei. It's not your fault, love, that bastard only wanted you to get stronger, but I wasn't going to let him, he said while hugging Yujiro. Naruto. If no one in this family is hurt, we will take care of each other. While everyone nodded. Yujiro. Thank you. Minato. Tomorrow I need you to be at the Hokage Tower. Naruto subject. Minato. You'll see. Hi, I'm Issei. I'm glad I didn't die from Yugito's attack, but I hope nothing else happens. In the next chapter, Acceptance. Chapter 10 Acceptance. Hokage Tower. In the Hokage's office was the entire Uzumaki family except for Mio. Issei. Well Dad, why did you call us here? Minato. Wait son, there's just someone missing. At that moment the door opens and Kakashi appears next to Rin. Kakashi. Hello sensei, why did you call us? Minato. The day Hirusen told me that he had put Issei and Naruto in the craw, I was thinking of taking them out, but since they now have more than 2 girls, we discussed it with the council and agreed that they would stay, but that you, Kakashi, would also join them. Kakashi. What? Why? Minato. Because of his clans. Rin. How? Issei. The Namikaze clan is known for adapting to different types of taijutsu and learning a wide variety of jutsus, as well as being as strategic as the Nara and experts in obtaining information, the Uzumaki for their Fuinjutsu, Kinjutsu, taijutsu, and their large amount of chakra, as well as great resistance. The Haddock for being experts in Kinjutsu both to give a good fight to the Uzumakis and their great control in the chakra, if these abilities grow in Konoha, it can be the most powerful. Minato. That's right, that's why they will stay and join the craw. Kakashi. But I'm married showing his ring. Rin. I wouldn't mind sharing you. This left everyone with a shocked face. Kakashi. Are you sure? Rin. Of course, why not? Issei. Whispering to Naruto I thought I would kill him like Yujito did to me. But this was heard by Yujito, who just kicked him causing him to go through the wall and into the academy. Yujito. Well Hokage-sama we leaving the place. Minato. How I wish I had been in the craw. Kushina. You were saying something darling with a look so tender that it gave chills. Minato. I didn't say anything my love hugging Kushina with his face in his wife's breasts. Kushina. Tell me Minato, what if we give another little brother to Mio, Naruto and Issei? Minato. Ambus come out making the Ambus who were taking care of him leave the place and whether it is a boy or a girl taking off his clothes. Ninja Academy. Hinata walked towards the building, but something stopped her and it was the scream of someone falling. She also looked up and saw that it was her boyfriend Issei. Hinata. Issei. While trying to catch him and so he did and ended up carrying him princess style. Issei. Hello my love kissing Hinata making her turn very red. Hinata. Why did you fool Issei? Issei. It's that Yujito hit me and I flew away and ended up here in your arms. So early and they are already so affectionate. Issei. Come on, don't be so jealous Shikamaru. Shikamaru. Aye, what a pain you're Issei. Smelling the place it smells like a cat. Issei ho? Kiba I think it's Kopo's fault while the tiger fell next to Issei. Kiba. I don't like cats. Shikamaru. But it seems that Akamaru does like it while they watched a dog play with the tiger. You had a good toast for breakfast. Issei. Wow Shaoji, I didn't think you could smell like that, you're scary. Look who said it, the guy who walks around with a white tiger as a pet. Hinata. I hate to admit it, but Shino has a good point. Issei. Look, there comes my brother. Then Naruto arrives, hugged by Sakura and Akane, and Ino is riding on his back. Naruto. Brother, why is Hinata carrying you? Issei. Because she caught me while I was falling hugging Hinata by the neck. Yujito. Arriving at the place don't you think they are too close? Taking Issei down from Hinata's arms. Issei. I thought you had already accepted Hinata. Yujito. I will do it when we fight. Hinata. Do you want to fight me? Yujito. Sure, that way you'll show me that you're worthy of being with Issei. Issei. Hey Yujito I. Yujito. Issei, I am the matriarch of this clan, so if you want me to accept Hinata, it will be under my conditions, okay? Issei. What do you say Hinata? Hinata. It's fine by me, let's go to the courtyard where we can fight freely. Academy courtyard. Hinata and Yujito looked into each other's eyes, all the children and even Chunin masters were watching the fight that would begin at that moment. Issei. I just want to tell you that if you go too far I will intervene okay? The girls just nodded well get ready now. Yujito made a pose of hands and her hair rose and began to throw a type of sembos, let's say spikes Hinata had to activate her by Akigen to be able to dodge each spike that was thrown at her, as she dodged she came closer and when she could she tried to hit Yujito, but she dodged it. Yujito. Okay, let's go with taijutsu. They started a good taijutsu battle, they looked like couples with the same strength. Issei. Wow, Yujito can keep up with Hinata. Naruto. Hey brother, how is it possible? Issei. I train her the same way as Issei sensei. Flashback. Issei. Now Yujito to begin your taijutsu training I want you to put on these weights giving them to her. Yujito. Putting on weights and now Issei. Issei. I want you to start hitting this rock with all your strength. Yujito. But that wouldn't hurt my knuckles. Issei. During a fight you will always hurt your hands and more with taijutsu, that is why this training will help you. Yujito. Of course I will do it with my greatest effort. Issei. Okay, and when you're done we'll go eat ramen. Yujito. Yes happy. End of flashback. Naruto. Wow, that explains everything. Hinata slowly flowed chakra into her palms, and Yujito did the same. So much was the force they put into each of their blows that waves of force could be seen. They separated and looked agitated. Yujito. I know you're a Jinchuriki, tell me, do you control her chakra? Hinata. Not at all. Yujito. Well, in that case, do you know ninjutsu? Hinata. I only know one. Yujito. Well, then use it and I'll use mine, and whoever wins will decide everything. Hinata. Good. They began to trace hand poses like excellent kunoichis. Yujito. Fire ninja art. Whirlwind. Hinata. Water ninja art. Whirlpool. Both whirlpools collided with each other and created an explosion that shocked everyone. When they could be seen again, both girls were on their knees, tired. Issei. Approaching his girls. Well then, what do you decide? Yujito. He's strong so he'll be fine, but he couldn't beat me. Hinata. I will become stronger and I will beat you, I swear. Yujito. Then let's do it together, trying to bump their fists. Hinata. Sure, bumping his fists. Time after departure time. All the genin candidates left the academy. Ino. Naru, can you go to my house? Naruto. Of course, pretty. Sakura. And mine too, my parents want you to eat with us. Naruto. Of course I'll go too. Bakain. It's not okay, and me? Naruto. Whispering in his ear, I'll take you on a date. Bakain. Promise. Naruto. I promise. Issei. Brother, could I tell mom that you will be back late? Naruto. Sure. Yujito. Where are you going? Issei. I'll go see someone who has yet to visit. Hinata. You're talking about Tenten, right? Issei. Yes, it's Hinata, I'll see you later, giving his girls a kiss. Inoha Apartments. In one of the buildings where people who had bought an apartment lived, a girl wearing a pink sleeveless shirt, black ambu pants, sandals and 2 buns on her head was walking up the stairs. It was Tenten. She had been orphaned after Issei left. Her father was a ninja who died during an S-rank mission against Orochimaru, one of the most famous Anin in the elemental country. She was helped by Hirusen and Minato, who supported her at all times, but what motivated her to continue was the love of her life, Issei Uzumaki. She had fallen in love with that red-haired boy with whom she played in the park, ate ramen and healed him when the villagers hurt him, since he left on his training trip and his father's thing. She felt alone. She entered her apartment because she was tired after returning from a mission outside the village. Since she was older, she had already become a genin. She walked to her room, and as soon as she got to her bed she lay down, looked at the piece of furniture next to her bed, and took a photo she had of her and Issei hugging. Tenten. Issei, I miss you, starting to cry. Plus, you know, a girl as pretty as you shouldn't cry plus. That voice scared her, and she immediately took out a kunai to protect herself. When she looked closely, she could see a red-haired boy who was dressed in black and had a mask that covered half of his face. She didn't know who he was until she could see that he was carrying a katana on his back. Tenten. Who gave you that katana? Issei. Wow, so you forgot. Tenten. What are you talking about? Issei. I'm talking about how you forgot that you gave me this katana the day I left the village. Tenten. No, so you are. Issei. That's right, Tenten, taking off his mask. I'm Issei. Tenten, upon hearing that and seeing the boy's face, would start to cry and hug him, as if to prevent him from separating from her. Tenten. I can't believe you're actually here. You don't know how much I missed you, Issei. Issei. I missed you a lot too, Tenten. Tenten looked into Issei's black eyes and became enraptured, and little by little they got closer until they finally kissed. Issei. Separating from Tenten. Tenten, I thought that you would not remember me anymore. Tenten. You are the only reason I am still in this life. After my father's death I was left very alone, but when I thought of you I knew you would come back and I would do anything to be able to be with you again. Issei. I'm sorry I left you for so long. Tenten. Don't worry, you're already here, but I don't want you to leave my side again. Issei understood. Tenten. But I still want my compensation, clinging to Issei. Issei. And what is it about? Tenten began to kiss Issei, and with one of her hands she ran all over Issei's body until she reached his penis. Issei. Wait, Tenten, I want this. Tenten. To hell with romance, Issei, you left me waiting for 10 years, this is just part of my compensation. Issei. Okay. Lemon skipped. When they finished, Issei left Tenten sleeping because he knew someone was waiting for him. Mount Hokage. Issei had arrived at that place where the village could be seen in all its beauty. Plus, wow, looks like someone had a good night plus. Issei. That's right, sensei, today I gave myself to love. Right, I knew it, puppy. Issei. Thanks for teaching me, sensei. Right. You're welcome, bro, but changing the subject, I need you to help me. Issei. Sure, whatever. Right, the third one woke up and I need you to come with me to visit him. Issei. Well, of course I'll just send some clones so that no one worries and so that Tenten doesn't think that I just bucked her and I don't want to see her anymore. Right, don't worry Slow, but it's time to go. Issei. Sure. Chapter 11 The Uchiha. After Issei left with Right, the clones that he had made appear had gone to leave some letters to his family and girls, especially to Tenten, since he didn't want to look bad with her. The next day. Tenten began to open her eyes due to the rays of the sun that hit her face directly. She got up and realized that she was naked and remembered that the night before she had done it with Issei, she looked for him with her eyes until she realized that he was not there. She became sad thinking the worst until she saw a letter on top of the furniture next to her bed. She got up although with pain since it had been her first time and although she no longer had her hymen, Issei's penis had been the first to be inside her. She took the letter and began to read it. For Tenten. Tenten, I hope you don't think that I just took you and I won't see you again. You know that I want to be by your side and because of what we did last night I want us to start a relationship. You know that you won't be the only one, but you will be special to the others since you had my first time. Go to my dad and tell him that I want you to move in with us. I know what happened with your dad and I don't plan on leaving you alone ever again, so you will go live with me. You know what to do. I will come back in 1 or 2 days and I will look for you. He loves you, Issei Uzumaki and Namikaze. Tenten couldn't hold back and started crying because she knew that now she would have someone who cared about her and would be by her side when she needed it most. Namikaze's house. Naruto was starting to wake up. He realized that Akane was not in bed with him, so he knew that she had already gone down to have breakfast. Naruto. What a dream, yawning. Hey Urama2. Hey puppy, what are we doing today? I'm bored, we can't kick ass or have a good fight. Naruto. Don't worry Kurama, when we are genin we will have missions and I can let you control my body, what do you think? Hey Urama2. Good. Naruto went down to have breakfast and could see that his dad, mom and Mio were sitting there while Yujito and Akane finished serving breakfast. Naruto. Good morning family. Minato. Good morning son, how did you sleep? Naruto. Okay dad, since Akane hugged me all night, hugging Akane from behind. Akane. Naruto, don't say that, hitting Naruto on the head. Naruto. Rubbing his head, I'm sorry, and where is Issei? Yugito. Went on a trip with Issei sensei. Kushina. He said they had to look for someone. Naruto. Well, it doesn't matter, what's for breakfast? Akane. Whatever you want, Naru. Hyuga complex. Hinata woke up and knew that today would be a great day just by seeing Issei. When she got dressed she could see a letter next to her bed. She took it and began to read. For Hinata. I'm Issei. I just wanted to tell you that I won't be in the village for a day or two. I was letting you know so you wouldn't worry. When I get back, I'll take you out to eat ramen. I love you Issei. Hinata felt discouraged for not seeing Issei today and maybe tomorrow, but she was more motivated when she remembered that Issei loved her and she was sure that he would not separate from her, so she went to have breakfast to go to the ninja academy. Hokage Tower. In the Hokage's office, Minato was with 2 clones who were helping him finish the paperwork. At that point, Kakashi arrived with Obito. Obito. Minato-sensei called us. Minato. That's right Obito, Kakashi, I have a mission for you. Kakashi. What is it about Minato-sensei? Minato. Because of what you told me Obito, I thought it would be good if we formed an alliance with the Cloud Village, so go and give this to the Raikage, giving them a scroll. Kakashi understood Minato-sensei. Minato. This is an A rank mission, so go. Obito and Kakashi went to their homes to say goodbye to their loved ones and leave as soon as possible. Ninja Academy minutes before. Naruto and Akane arrived at the academy, meeting their friends and girlfriends. They walked to the entrance until. Hey Namikaze. Naruto turned back and could see a pair of black-haired men. Naruto. Who are they? Interested since I saw that they had the Uchiha symbol. I am Sasuke Uchiha and she is my sister Ki Uchiha. Ki. So you are one of the Hokage's children, right? Naruto. That's right, I'm Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki, what can I do for you? With a smile. Sasuke. We hadn't been in the village for a few days, and yesterday when we arrived my mom told me that the Hokage's children had just arrived, so we wanted to meet them. Ki. We also know that they have been trained by one of the heroes of the Third Ninja War. Sasuke. That's why we challenged you and your brother to a fight against me and my sister. Naruto. I'm sorry but Issei is not in the village. Sasuke. Come on, don't be afraid, we are Uchiha, but you shouldn't fear us with a serious face like his sister. Naruto. It's not that, I already told you that my brother is not there. Ki. We'll see you tomorrow in the field near the Uchiha complex at dusk since there is no school. The 2 brothers continued on their way to their living room, leaving their group of friends behind. Shikamaru. Those are the ones who are problematic. Hiba. Don't give up, Naruto. Gogito. I can kick their asses. Hinata. No Yugito, the PP problem is between Ice and Naruto. Bakain. You're right about that, Hinata. Naruto. Ah wow, this will bring problems. The day ended without any more accidents, except that from time to time Sasuke and Naruto looked at each other with great seriousness. Naruto, Akane and Yugito had arrived at the Namika's house. They entered and found Kushina and Mio serving the food. Kushina. Wow, you're on time, kids. Sit down so we can eat. Naruto. Oka-san, is it true that Issei-sensei was a hero of the Third Ninja War? Kushina. How did they know that? Yugito. One of the Uchiha told us. Kushina. So you've met my best friend's children, Mikoto. Naruto. Do you know that Sasuke's mother? Kushina. That's right, she was on my Genin team, wait. And that Kushina goes up to her room to later come down with a photo. Kushina. She and Sakura's mom were my companions. Besides Hinata's mom, but I don't have a photo of her with us. Akane. Why Kushina-san? Kushina. After I died I lost many things including those photos. Naruto. Well, but you haven't told us why Issei-sensei is known as one of the heroes of the Third Ninja War. Kushina. Well, it all started a few weeks before the war broke out. Issei Right came to the village asking for asylum. Hiruzen found no lies in his eyes and let him stay. When the war broke out, Issei, your father and I fought and managed to defeat many ninjas. We managed to be recognized throughout the shinobi world as the Trio of Doom. Naruto. Wow, so Issei-sensei is very strong. Kushina. If he is strong enough to destroy the 5 villages in one attack. This surprised the 3 of them. Naruto. Are you serious, Oka-san? Minato. Arriving home, it's true, he's so strong that he revived us and was able to become Shinigami-sama's husband. Bakain. That Issei guy is the Shinigami's partner. Minato. In fact, the Shinigami, she is a woman sitting next to his wife. Mine. So my Oni-chan are very strong. Naruto. That's right, little sister, giving her a thumbs up. Minato. Why were you asking all this? Yugito. That Sasuke guy challenged Naruto and Issei to fight. Kushina. And will you fight, son? Naruto. He called me coward just like Issei. Minato. Kushina. Kick his ass, son, with supportive faces. Naruto. Hi. The next day. It was already getting late. All day Naruto was waiting for the time to go and kick those Uchiha's asses. In an open field you could see 3 figures of 14-year-old children if they were the Uchiha twins and Naruto. Sasuke. I thought you wouldn't come, Naruto. Naruto. I wasn't going to let you call me and my brother cowards, that's why I'm here to kick your ass. Ki. Well then let's fight. The Uchiha had activated their 2-volume Sharingan. Hey, you are AMA2. Naruto doesn't trust you. Naruto. Understood. The 3 of them jumped into a taijutsu fight, and although it was difficult for him to fight 2 at the same time, he did so at a good pace. Naruto. Taking distance. Oh, my parents were right. Sasuke. What are you talking about? Flashback. Minato. Son, don't trust yourself. Naruto. I won't do it. Yugito. Why does Minato-sama say that? Minato. Don't use Sama on me, but going back to the rest, those children were temporarily trained by their older brother Itachi Uchiha, a prodigy in his clan, but he was the one who killed most of his clan. Bakain. How did he kill them? Impacted like the other children. Kushina. As far as I know, the leader of the Uchiha was planning an attack on the village. Minato. They were planning to overthrow me even though we were friends. Itachi went ahead and killed everyone in his clan, leaving only his 2 brothers and his mother alive. But this Naruto knew that they would not be easy to defeat. End of flashback. Naruto. Water ninja art. Water bombs. Naruto threw a couple of water balls that headed towards the 2 brothers, but they managed to dodge the attack. Sasuke. Fire ninja art. Fireball. The fire ninja art phoenix flower. Both attacks combined to create one very large one. Naruto. Earth ninja art. Rock wall. The wall made of very solid rock rose to protect Naruto. When the fireball hit the wall it caused a lot of dust to rise and the brothers ran to attack Naruto, but Naruto Rasengan. 2 Narutos appeared from within the cloud of dust with a Rasengan in their right hand. The Uchiha only reacted by covering themselves with their arms in an X, but the attack launched them a few meters away. Naruto. His clone disappearing. Are you okay? Sasuke. This guy is strong. Ki. Let's go all out. Sasuke took 2 kunai and launched himself at Naruto, who also took out 2 kunai. They engaged in a fight. Naruto forgot about Ki, who appeared behind Naruto. He felt Ki's presence behind him and he just turned back, watching him approach him to harm him. Naruto. Shit, I forgot about her. But before Ki touched Naruto, a person appeared above Ki. Issei. Rasengan. Issei hit Ki on the back, causing him to bury himself in the ground, then he appeared in front of Sasuke, kicking him in the chest. Naruto. Issei. Issei. Wow, you're so bad, brother, playing without inviting your brother. Naruto. How did you get here so fast? Issei. With the Hirishin Jutsu of the Flying Thunder God, I don't remember how it is written. Naruto. True, I forgot the kunes with seals. Issei. It doesn't matter, tell me why were you fighting with those children? Naruto. Yesterday they challenged me and here I am. Issei. Well then we have to take them home so they can rest. Uchiha Complex. In the Uchiha house there was a black-haired woman named Mikoto who was cooking until she heard a knock on her door. Mikoto. Walking towards the door. I'm coming. When she opened the door she could see her unconscious children being carried by a blonde boy and a red-haired boy. Mikoto. Sasuke, what happened to you? Naruto. Entering the house. I'm sorry Mrs. Mikoto, we fought and ended up unconscious. Mikoto. Help me take him to his rooms. The two Namikaze brothers took the other brothers to their rooms to rest. Mikoto. I'm sorry if my children caused you any inconvenience. Issei. Of course not Mikoto-sama. Mikoto. Well, it would be better if you went home tomorrow, they will be as good as new. Minato. Of course, Mikoto-sama, we are leaving. In the streets of Konoha. Naruto. Wow, we kicked their asses with his hands behind his head. Issei. Better said, I kicked them in the ass and why the orange team? Just imagine him with the protectors on his arms. Naruto. My mom gave it to me. Issei. Well, it looks better on you than the other suit. Naruto. Right, so how about a race home? Issei. Echo. And so the two brothers ran home to continue with their lives. Hi, I'm Naruto. My brother had the fun, that's cruel, maybe he'll take revenge hahaha. In the next chapter home. Chapter 12 Home. Issei and Naruto had returned home and when they crossed the door they realized that their girls were in the living room with their parents and their sister. Kushina. Seeing her children arrive. Wow, finally, children arrive. Naruto. Yes, mom. Sakura. Why are you like this Naru? Seeing that her sweatshirt was torn. Issei. The fool fought with the Uchiha twins. Yugito. And why do you have dust on your vest? Shaking his clothes. Naruto. Issei kicked them in the butt quickly. Issei. You get rusty fast, little brother. Naruto. Hey, I still haven't taken off my weights and I don't use chakra to fight. Issei. Well, I don't take off my weights either, but I do use chakra. Naruto. You see, it's not that I'm rusty, if I had used chakra in my movements like you, I would have won quickly. Issei. Well, and what are you doing here? Seeing Hinata, Sakura, Ino. Hinata. I wanted to know if you had arrived yet. Hugging Issei's arm. Yugito. The good thing is that he is already here with us. Taking the other arm. Tenten. Yeah, hey, Ice, what if we do it again like that night lustful? Issei. Hinata. TT, have you already done it with her? Smiling in a cute way that was scary. Yugito. Ara, it seems like you want me to kill you again, right, honey? Taking out his nails. Issei. Poo, I can explain everything. Fearful. Kushina. You better be my son. Raising her hair like nine tails. Issei wanted to be saved by his sister or his father, but Naruto was behind Sakura while he was hugged by Ino and Akane, and Minato protected himself with Mio. Hey, you are AMA1. Calm down Issei, remember that I can heal you. Issei. Boo, well it's. An explanation later of course, also some blows. Minato. Well, since everyone is calm, how about we go eat? Kushina. If I couldn't make dinner, what do you want to eat? Everyone. Ramen. Mine. It seems that this family loves ramen. Ino. That's right. Ichiraku's ramen. They were all sitting at a large table. Tucci. Good evening Hokage-sama. Minato. Come on Tucci, don't call me like that, we're like family, call me Minato. Tucci. Very well, then what will we serve them? Issei. Naruto. Mio. Kushina. A pork loin ramen. Minato. A spicy ramen. Yugito. Akane. Ramen with chicken. Sakura. A normal one. Ino. Me too. Hinata. One sweet one please. Tucci. Okay, I'll bring them right away. Issei. Wait, Tucci. Jiji can also bring meat for Koppo while appearing next to Issei. Tucci. Sure, right away. Kushina. That tiger always appears and disappears. Issei. I don't know, I think it's like a summoning, although I found it where we were training. Naruto. Yes, we have known him since we were 8 years old, so we already see him as normal. Issei. Dad, has Tenten already told you that she's moving in with us? While being hugged by Tenten to Hinata and Yugito's jealousy. Minato. Yes, yesterday she visited me in the Hokage Tower and when I found out she was one of your girls, I gladly accepted. Issei. Thank you. Kushina. It's good that our family is growing so fast. Minato. That's right, Kushi-chan giving her a kiss on the lips. Sakura. Naru, can't we live with you? Naruto. No, the house is not that big. No. That's unfair. Akane lives with you. Hinata. Don't worry, I know you want to be with Naruto, but we're only 14 years old, we're not even genin, we have to wait a little while. Tenten. That's right, I'm 15 and I'm already a genin, so legally I'm an adult and I don't have any family besides Issei. Yugito. The same with me and Akane. Sakura. Well, but I hope we can soon. We already brought you your ramen arriving with several bowls of ramen. Issei and Naruto had already visited the Ichiraku ramen and had already met again with Am and Tucci. All at Tadakima's. Then two small nine-tailed foxes appeared, one light orange and the other dark orange. This alarmed Minato and Kushina. Minato. How come the Kyuubi is outside taking his three-pointed kunai? Kushina. Back off kids, this is going to get ugly taking out her chakra chains. Issei. Calm down please, they won't do anything bad putting himself between his parents and the foxes. Minato. How are you so sure? KURAMA1. Because we've known them since they were babies. Kushina. What? Naruto. That's right, mom, dad. When we were in the orphanage, no one took care of us. KURAMA2. So because the seal wasn't very well closed we got out of them. Issei. They only came out to take care of us because they knew that if we died, they would too. KURAMA1. And as time went by we became fond of the puppies. Minato. I can't believe they did all that sitting back down. Tucci. Not everything was as you had said, many people had resentment. Yugito. And they tried to kill them just like me. Those words made both parents feel angry, Minato knowing that he sacrificed himself for a village that tried to kill his own children and Kushina because she thought that by being in the village her children would be safe, but it was not like that. Issei. But that doesn't matter anymore eating his ramen like everyone else. Kushina. They have no remorse that they did all that to you. Issei. I know. Naruto. Hitting Issei on the head. No, they had reasons to hate us, I don't blame them, but that's in the past. Issei. Well, since one more thing, mom, could you accompany me tomorrow outside the village? Kushina. Sure. Hinata. Are you going to leave again, Ice? Issei. If only it were for a couple of days. Minato. And the academy? Naruto. Issei is very strong, he clearly doesn't need to go. Issei. But I'll solve that later. Minato. Okay, go. Naruto. Will you take her there? Seriously? Issei. Yes. After eating ramen Naruto took Ino and Sakura to their house, just as Issei took Hinata of course carrying her. Hinata. Issei, you don't need to carry me blushes. Issei. I love that you blush giving him a kiss on his lips. Hinata. I don't like you leaving for so long putting her face on Issei's chest. Issei. Me neither but it won't take long. Hinata. You promised me you'd take me out to eat ramen. Issei. But I did it. Hinata. Hugging Issei's neck, but I want it to be just you and me. Issei. Smiling it's okay when I get back. Issei left Hinata at the gate of the Hyuga complex and retreated to his home, entering the shadows and traveling faster. Upon arriving home he went straight to his room that he shared with Yugito and now Tenten. He walked in and saw his two girls lying on their sides in opposite directions, so he simply took off his clothes, remaining in boxers, and laid down between the two of them. They, still asleep, turned around and hugged Issei, who just smiled and fell asleep. The next day. Issei, Kushina and Yugito were at the village gate and why did Yugito win a rock, paper or scissors against the other two? Minato. I hope they don't take long hugging Kushina. Kushina. Of course not me Nakun, I don't like being without my beloved husband for a long time. Issei. Well, stop bothering us, let's go. Mine. Oni-chan will you bring me something? Putting on a cute face. Issei. Sure ruffling Mio's hair while summoning jutsu. At that moment a black snake the size of a person appeared. Cirque. At your service Issei-sama. Issei. Cirque take us to you know where winking. Cirque. Understanding his message of course Issei-sama. Yugito. Well, let's go. Mine. Goodbye saying goodbye happily. Minato. Daughter, do you want to go bother Iruka at the academy? Mine yes. Meanwhile on Kakashi and Obito's mission. The duo jumped from branch to branch heading back to their village as the treaty was made. Obito. I didn't think they would accept the alliance. Kakashi. Me neither, but this way we'll have allies seeing Obito nod. Obito. Tell me Kakashi, will you train a genin team? Kakashi. I thought so, it would be great smiling under the mask. Obito. Well, how about we go quickly? Kakashi. Okay. Each one disappeared in a vortex that formed around them. With Issei. The summoning had reappeared at what seemed to be the entrance to a village. Kushina. Where are we? Issei. You better see, right Yugito? Well, the snake disappeared. Yugito. That's right, you will be surprised happy. The three of them passed through the door and what Kushina saw left her speechless as it was Yuzugakure, the whirlpool village that had been destroyed by 3 villages, one of the most powerful villages that had been created. Although it was not the same as what Kushina had heard from her grandmother Mito, for her it was beautiful, she could see all those people doing their things as maybe they did daily, but they were all deeds. Kushina. Son, this is. Issei. This is Yuzugakure, our former home. This confirmed everything. Kushina without saying anything followed Issei and Yugito, who began to walk. On the way he could see that all the people bowed to Issei and he answered them just like Yugito. Everyone looked at Kushina curiously, this made her uncomfortable. Issei-sama didn't expect you to return so soon. Issei. Hitting Yura on the head. What have I told you about Sama? Yura. I'm sorry but it's out of respect. Yugito. Issei, you know that won't go away. Yura. Who is the woman pointing at Kushina? Issei. Yura, meet Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, my beautiful mother. Kushina. Nice to meet you. Yura. A pleasure Kushina-sama. I am Yura Uzumaki Miki, I am 15 and I am the secretary in the Yuzukage Tower. Issei. It would be better to start everything. Yura. Don't tell me what. Issei. Well, let's keep talking in the tower. Moments later. The whole group was in an office that looked like it belonged to someone very important. Yura. With papers in hand, everything is ready. Issei. Issei. Very good. Kushina. Son, why are we here? Issei. We are here because from today you are the new Yuzukage. Kushina. What are you talking about, Issei? Surprised. Issei. You are the only royal Uzumaki left alive and with that you will have to take the powerful position of Kage here in the village. Kushina. But. Issei. Come mom, taking her by the hand to take her to the balcony where you could see people walking below them. These people are what's left of this powerful village. These people have wanted everything to go back to the way it was before and with that they need a leader. Yugito. And why not the powerful Kushina Uzumaki, the bloody fan, one of the most powerful kunoichis that have ever existed. Yura. In addition to being the granddaughter of Mito Uzumaki, a powerful and respected leader. Kushina remembered how her grandmother told her how she lived in that village, the times she dreamed of being in that place, and now that she had the opportunity to raise it again she would do it. Kushina. I will be the 4th Yuzukage. Issei. That's how you talk mom. Yura, bring the people and tell them that the new leader of the village has arrived. Yura high running to warn everyone. Minutes later. Issei. Dear inhabitants of the village of Whirlpools, I know that this village is not the same as it was years ago, but little by little we have grown, we will return to raise this beautiful land, and we will once again be one of the powerful villages in the entire shinobi world, so it is a pleasure for me to introduce you to Kushina Uzumaki, the new Yuzukage. Kushina stepped forward wearing a white outfit with a red cape. Issei turned and handed her the classic Kage hat. Kushina. Turning to look at the village, to look at the sky. Look at me grandma, I came far as you told me that night and I kept the promise I made that day at the academy, she said in her mind to turn to look at her son. In Konoha. Minato. I think he finally fulfilled his dream. What beautiful hair, he said looking at a photo of him and pregnant Kushina. Hi, I'm Yura. So Kushina-sama will be the new Yuzukage, that's amazing, I assure you, and I also saw my great friend Yugito again, haha. In the next chapter, graduation. Chapter 13, graduation. After Issei named Kushina, his mother, as Yuzukage, they took a walk around the village to see how far they had advanced in its reconstruction, and they realized that there was already a ninja academy, a hospital, crop fields, a fishing pier, forges where they made kunes, shurikens, katanas among others, even a large place where they sold almost everything. Their ninja forces barely had 50 chunin, 40 jounin, 20 ambu and barely 30 genin would leave, it was not much, but they were doing well. They took a look at the academy, and the children approached to greet the new Yuzukage. There was even a child who said he wanted to be the next Yuzukage. Issei. So you want to be the next Yuzukage, huh? Child. That's right, you'll see. Issei. Well, work hard every day and you will achieve it. After those words they left the place and went to eat ramen. Yes, it was the Uzumaki's favorite food, since there were many of these restaurants, let's say there were 30 restaurants of which 24 were ramen. They only stayed one day and returned to Konoha since Issei and Yugito had to go to the academy. When they returned, Issei told everyone that Kushina was a Kage, everyone was happy and congratulated her, and even Minato gave her a big gift that day. 7U7. The next day the heirs in. Mikiz and Uzumaki attended the academy and did so for a couple of months until the academy ended. At that time, Naruto became a rival to Sasuke and Ki because he was very attached to Issei, which bothered Hinata and Yugi, and when they told Tenten, she almost raped him if it weren't for Kushina who spanked them. It was already graduation day and Issei woke up early and was being hugged by Yujito and Tenten, the latter having arrived from a mission. He got up without waking them up and went for a run around the village for a few laps. When he saw people, some of them looked at him with hatred, something that didn't bother him since they had their reasons. When he got home he saw his mother cooking breakfast. Issei. Good morning mom hugging Kushina. Kushina. Good morning son returning the hug. Issei. What are you cooking? Sitting down. Kushina. Would you like pancakes? Smiling at her son. Issei. I would love to mom smiling under the mask. Kushina. It still seems strange to me to see you with the mask, so take it off. Issei. But I like mom. Kushina. You try to disobey your mother angry, raising her hair. Issei. Scared of course not mommy taking off his mask. Yugito. Entering the kitchen you look so handsome darling hugging him by the neck. Issei. Thank you smiling as Yugito sat on his lap. Yugito. I like it when you take off your mask. Naruto. Good morning family entering the kitchen with a cane, Minato and Mio. All. Good morning. Kushina. Sit down, breakfast is ready serving. Minato. Wow, what a night I got home very tired stretching. Naruto. What time did you get home, dad? Kushina. I arrived at 2 in the morning. Issei. Wow, that must be tiring. Minato. You don't even have to say it, but it's easier to do it with my shadow clones. Tenten. Muo Yugito that's not fair arriving at the kitchen. Yugito. We had already said that whoever got up first would take this place. Issei. Stop fighting. Issei pulled Tenten towards him to sit her on one of his legs while he put Yugito on the other. Issei. I don't want to see them fight again, okay? And even less for me. Yugito Tenten. Yes, darling blushing. Naruto. Now that I think about it so that Yujito would let Hinata be one of your girls, he didn't challenge her to a duel. Yugito. Now that you say it, that's how it was. Tenten. Then we'll have a duel later. Mine. And today will be your graduation, right? Eating like everyone else. Issei. That's right swallowing his bite today we will see who becomes Genin. Naruto. Yes today will be incredible. The cane. You are very motivated. Issei. It's always like that. Naruto. Mom, Dad, are they going to see us? Minato. Of course, we wouldn't miss the graduation of our first children. Kushina. That's right and I want to see how strong my daughters-in-law are. Minato. So try hard. Issei Naruto of course. Naruto and Issei finished breakfast as well as their girls, they left and headed to the academy, with the exception of Tenten on the way they found the other heirs who were their new friends, but in a few blocks Issei and Yugito detoured to go for Hinata. Hyuga Complex. Hinata was sitting at the entrance with her mouth and nose covered by the scarf that belonged to Issei, but there was something special about it, that was that she looked like she was crying, and why? Well, you'll see. Flashback. Hinata was having breakfast with her sister, father and cousin like every morning until. Hiashi. Tell me Hinata, is it true that you have a love relationship with the Hokage's son? Looking at Hinata seriously. Those cold words made Hinata start to fear anything her father was willing to do to separate her from her boyfriend. Hinata. That's Otu-sama serious. Hiashi. Well, you'll have to forget about that stupid relationship. Hinata. What? Hiashi. Just as you heard you will separate from that Issei guy and marry Niji. Everything her father said caused Hinata to be in shock, of course incest was allowed in her clan, so that her lineage could continue, but she had known that several members had married other people outside of their clan, and that gave her hope of being able to be with Issei, but this already destroyed almost all of those few hopes, but she would not give up. Hinata. Why? You can't do that dad, he is the man I love, and I want to be with him for the rest of my life. Hiashi. Well, you won't do it. Hinata. I hate you dad running out of the dining room. End of flashback. Hinata felt devastated that she probably wouldn't be able to be with Issei, but all the bad feelings went away with. Issei. Hello Hinata looking at her eyes, realizing she had been crying why are you crying? Worried. Hinata didn't say anything and just hugged him by the waist being followed by Yugito. Hinata. I don't want to separate from you Issei she said sadly, while a tear fell from her beautiful eyes. Issei. You will never do it I promise. Time later. Iruka, the Chunin who had trained most of the students to get to where they are, entered his classroom and saw those who had been his students. He walked to the place he had always taken, while all the students looked at him attentively. Iruka. As you all know, today is the day in which you will become genin and show your will of fire. I just want to say that I am proud of you all. Never give up and find your ninja path to begin the exam. You will have to solve a written exam. When you finish you will go out to the courtyard as you will show the 3 basic abilities of a ninja, the clone jutsu JC. Substitution Jutsu JS and change your Jutsu JCR. You already know the one where you are like a person who is not, then you will throw kunes and shurikens, and when you finish you will have a fight with the person you want. Of course you know that you can keep up with your pace. Don't be arrogant. Well, without further ado, begin. All the students began to solve their exam, especially Issei and Naruto who practically already knew all the answers. Popo was playing with Akamaru, that caught Hinata's attention, who activated her Byakugan to see what they were doing as they stood behind a table, but as she watched them play, her attention was caught by the moment when Issei stood up, turning her head in the direction where Issei was, she saw something she didn't want to see since Issei was getting up, seeing what it was. Its shape and size 7U7 caused her to have a nosebleed. Issei. Hinata taking her by the shoulders, are you okay? Issei and Naruto finished before everyone else and left the classroom to go to the courtyard. Naruto. Hey Issei, what happened to Hinata? Issei. No idea, he just had blood coming out of his nose and fainted walking next to his brother. In the courtyard. All the parents of the students were waiting for the time for their children to leave, and that was no exception for the clan leaders, ninjas and the Hokage himself. Tenten. Look, there come Issei and Naruto pointing in the direction of those mentioned, calling the attention of their parents. Kushina. I knew they would be the first, not for nothing are they my children, smiling with her hands on her hips. Makoto-ja and my children are not far behind, seeing how Sasuke and Ki came out, they are the best. Minato. That's what they look like. With the children. Naruto. Look Issei, mom and dad are here greeting his parents from his place. Issei. It seems so, smiling. Ki. Sasuke, do you already know who you want to fight? Looking at her brother curiously. Sasuke. That's right Ki, I already know who we want to fight, looking at a jounin with an eye patch who arrived with a purple-haired girl, a white-haired man and a girl with maracas on her cheeks. Issei. Are you sure Sasuke? Sasuke. Do you doubt my power? Smiling. Naruto. Sasuke, it's not for nothing but, whispering Issei will leave you in the ass. Sasuke. That's nothing these days, my mom has trained me hard so I'm ready. Issei. Fine, whatever you want, shrugging his shoulders. Ki-ice, can I see your face? Issei. No, while Ki hugged him to beg him to let him see his face, since he never took it off on the street. In the stands. Tenten was more than jealous that Ichija got so close to Issei, she was just waiting for it to be night and punish Issei. Kushina. Tell me Tenten, when will you fight Hinata? Tenten. Well, the truth is, I don't think it's necessary. Kushina. No, but remember that Yugito is the matriarch and she is the one who accepts the girls, if not, then you are not with Issei. Tenten. But why are they fighting? Kushina. What Yugito told me was something he was going to do so that the girls who were with Issei would be strong, so if they won or could resist against the girl who had joined last, she could be with him, although I don't remember what else he told me. Tenten. So I'll have to fight Hinata, huh? And the kick. All the students had finished answering their exam, so they were already in the academy courtyard divided into men and women. Iruka. I will mention everyone's scores. Girls. Ino 94. Sakura 99. Yoke 100. Hinata 98. Bakane 99. Ki 97. Eyes. Shikamaru 66. Choji 88. Shino 88. Sasuke 98. Naruto 99. Issei 100. Kiba 79. Iruku. Very well, now you will go and take 5 shurikens and 5 kunes, and then you will have to throw them at the targets to earn points. While pointing out the weapons and then the targets. Girls. Ino 43. Sakura 44. Yoke 55. Hinata 44. Bakane 45. Ki 55. Eyes. Shikamaru 43. Choji 54. Sasuke 55. Shino 54. Naruto 55. Issei 55. Kiba 53. Iruka. Well, now the next phase, they will show the basic jutsus that they had to learn at the academy. Girls. Ino JC2JS well JCR he became his father. Sakura JC2JS good JCR she became his mother. Bakane JC3JS good JCR she became her mother, a woman with black hair, wide eyes, and a good body. Hinata JC3JS good JCR she became his mother. Yugito JC5JS good JCR he became Kushina, surprising the redeed. The JC2JS well JCR she became his mother. Eyes. Shikamaru JC3JS good JCR he became his father. Choji JC2JS good JCR he became his father. Shino JC3 JSOK JCR he became Iruka. Sasuke JC2 JS Good JCR he became Itachi. Iba JC1 JS Good JCR he became Akamaru. Naruto JC5P JS Amazing JCR he became his father. Issei JC60 JS Bucking Awesome JCR he became Hashirama, Tobirama, Hiruzen, Kakashi, Obito and Naruto. In the stands. Danzo was there to see Issei who had killed a couple of his ambus last time and wanted to see how strong he was and if he could find a way to make him root Ambu. But he didn't count on the fact that Kakashi and Obito already knew of his intentions and wouldn't allow it. Kushina. Wow, kids are amazing. Makoto. Yes, but how could they create so many clones? Minato. It's because of his Uzumaki genes and because he's a Jinchuriki that's why he has large chakra reserves. Mio. And me, Dad. Looking at his parents. Kushina. You too Mio after all you are an Amicus Uzumaki. Mabuki. Although my daughter doesn't have that much chakra, she has talent, don't you believe it? Kushina, Makoto. Makoto. That's right Mabuki, it's like seeing you but with pink hair and a different hairstyle. Kushina. Who would have thought that we would end up together again? Mabuki. What do you mean? In the kick. Iruka. Well now it will be the fights, so I hope you choose well first the girls, so Ino Yamanaka comes in watching how she passes in front tell me who will you fight against? Ino. Against my father. Iruka. Well then let's go. Ino's father got up from his seat and walked over to where his daughter was and stood in front of her. Inoichi. Are you ready Ino? Ino. Of course, Dad. Ino took out a kunai and threw it at him, which Inoichi caught, but he didn't know it was a distraction because at that very moment Ino launched into a taijutsu fight with kunai. She was good, but her father remained in the same place. Isia was only blocking his daughter's attacks until one time she kicked him in the stomach. Inoichi. Wow, you've improved. Ino. Naruto has helped me. Flashback. You could see a field of flowers where two blondes were. Naruto. So you want me to help you improve your clan taijutsu, right? Ino. That's right Naru, I want to show my father that I will be a great Kunoichi. Naruto. Okay then getting into battle stance come to me. End of flashback. Inoichi. Wow, that kid is good. Ino. You don't know when. Inoichi. Well then continue. They launched themselves into the fight again, but now Inoichi moved, demonstrating his jounin rank. Inoichi. Stop catching a kick from Ini in the air it's okay, you're good and with the passage of time you will continue to improve. Congratulations, I'm proud of you Ino. Ino. Thanks Dad happy. Iruka. Well, the next fight will be Sakura Haruno's, while Sakura passed in front well, who will you fight against? Sakura. Against my mom. Her mother stood up and walked towards her daughter. Mabuki. Ready Sakura. Sakura list. Mabuki. Let's show them that the Academy's taijutsu is also worthy of attention. Sakura and Mabuki launched themselves at each other, starting a taijutsu fight where Mabuki had the advantage due to her experience, although Sakura was not far behind, but in an opening Mabuki hit Sakura in the face and walked away. Mabuki. Water art. Water ball. A medium-sized ball of water headed toward Sakura. Sakura. Earth ninja art. Stone wall. The wall protected Sakura from the water ball. Mabuki. So now you know ninjutsu, who taught you? Sakura. Naruto my boyfriend blushes. Flashback. Naruto. You too. Sakura. It's unfair that you don't teach me too. Naruto. Okay, what do you want to learn? Sakura ninjutsu. End of flashback. Mabuki. Well then last attack. Water ninja art. Mini water dragon. Sakura. Water ninja art. Mini water dragon. Both mini dragons collided with each other. Mabuki. That's all, you're ready, daughter, I expect a lot from you. Sakura. Thanks mom hugging Mabuki. Iruka. Well, next is Yugito Uzumaki while Yugito passed in front who will you go against? Yugito. Against Kushina Uzumaki. Kushina. Who is it? Pointing at herself. Yugito. That's right, I want you to show me that I am capable. Kushina. Okay walking forward ready. Yugito list. Yugito threw a pair of shuriken which Kushina dodged, but she didn't expect Yugito to make a hand seal and her hair to rise above her head to start throwing sembos. He dodged or repelled all the attacks with a kunai and little by little he approached her and when he could, he hit her in the face, pushing her back. Yugito. In the air blue fire ninja art. Tiger fireball. The fireball in the shape of a tiger shot out at Kushina, who pulled out her chakra chains to protect herself from the fireball. Kushina. Wow, you are good. Yugito. Issei taught me almost everything I know. Kushina. At what age did you start training? Yugito. Since I'm a Jinchuriki. Kushina. And that age is? Yugito. from 2 years old. That surprised Kushina, but she came out of her surprise when she saw how Yugito approached with a kunai, but Kushina stopped her with her chains. Kushina. Enough, you are very good, and if you continue training with Issei, you will be a great kunoichi as good as me or even better, so lowering Yugito to crouch down to her height and take her by the shoulders, show me that you will be a great Uzumaki matriarch. Yugito. I will, I swear. Kushina just smiled as did Issei because she knew that now Yugito saw his mother as hers if now Yugito's maternal figure was Kushina. Iruka. The next one to pass is Kiyoshige. Well, passing, who will you go against? Ki against my mom Makoto. Makoto. I'll go now. Kushina. Cheer up, Makoto. Makoto walked until she was in front of her daughter. Makoto. Are you sure you want to fight my daughter? Ki. Of course, mom, I'm more than sure. Activating her 2-volume Sharingan. Makoto. Okay, activating her mature Sharingan. The two tried to get into a Genjutsu, obviously Ki lost, but she knew immediately that she was in one, so she dispersed it, and when she opened her eyes, she saw how her mother approached her with a kunai, she also defended herself with a kunai, and when they collided sparks came out. Makoto. I see that the training is useful to you. Ki. Of course, you better prepare yourself. Ki tried to hit Makoto's leg to knock her down, but Makoto jumped back, which Ki took advantage of to launch an ninjutsu. Ki Fire Ninja Art Phoenix Flower. Makoto dodged the small fireballs very well, and when she fell to the ground she counterattacked. Makoto. Fire Ninja Art. Fireball. Ki couldn't dodge the ball, but she didn't expect anyone to help her. Issei. Of course, that son of a hitch is a bastard Water Rasengan. The Water Rasengan immediately decided to fireball. Issei. Well, I think this is all over now. Makoto. Wow, what a relief, I almost thought he would kill my daughter. Ki. Thanks, Issei, hugging him. Issei. You're welcome. Scared by how his girls saw him. Iruka. Leaving this aside, let's go with the next fight, it's Hinata Hyuga. While Hinata was passing by, well Hinata, who will you fight against? At that moment Hiashi stood up from his seat because he thought his daughter would scold him, but he didn't expect that. Hinata. I will fight against the Genin Tenten. Iruka. Surprised, well then, let it happen. Tenten already knew that Hinata would want to fight her, so she stood up from her seat and jumped in front of Hinata. Tenten. I already knew we would fight. Hinata. Well, fighting the new girl against the newbie in Issei's harem is a tradition that Yugito and I started. Tenten. It's fine by me, let's fight. Tenten took out 2 kunais, and with them she faced Hinata. The two were hand to hand, or rather hand to kunai. In an opening, Hinata tried to hit Tenten in the chest, but she didn't expect her to put the kunai in her throat. Tenten. Are you going to go all out, Hinata? Hinata. Well then, let's go with everything by Akugan. Upon activating it, he launched himself at her, but now it was difficult for Tenten to dodge the blows, so she received a couple of them, so she went with her last card. Tenten Kenjutsu Twin Dragons. He took out 2 scrolls and jumped into the air and began to spin, but as he did so he launched several weapons that were directed at Hinata, who dodged them, but they hurt her several times. When she finished spinning she fell to the ground, but she didn't expect that. Hinata. Soft Fist. I only landed a couple of hits, but in the end it all ended with a kunai to Hinata's neck. Tenten. It doesn't matter that you hit me with your soft fist, I won anyway. Arita breathing with difficulty. Iruka. Well, that's all. Separating the 2 kunoichis, the last one is Akane Namicus, while Akane passed in front. Who will your fight be against? Akane. I want to fight Konan. Konan. Why against me? While walking towards her. Akane. Because I admire you and someday I want to learn that paper jutsu. Looking at her excitedly. Konan. Very well then, show me that you would be a good learner. Akane. I will. Akane is something no one would believe except Naruto. Akane Byakugan. In Akane's eyes the famous Byakugan of the Hyuga clan was shown. In the stands. Hiashi just looked at the white-haired girl's eyes in surprise. Hiashi. How does he have the Byakugan? Hanabi. I don't know, father, but I don't think I should have it. And the kick. Konan. So you have the Byakugan, huh? Akane. Yes, I discovered it a couple of weeks ago, and since then Naruto has taught me how to use it, and I was also the only one who knew it. Konan. Well, show me what you can do with it. Akane threw a kunai with an explosive seal, which Konan deflected with a sheet of paper and immediately created 2 more clones of her and attacked Akane. She already knew which one was the real one. Akane. Wind Ninja Art. Cutting Wind. But that jutsu, she got rid of Konan's clones, and the real Konan stopped her with a shuriken that she threw at her head, but at that same moment she rushed at her and said. Akane. Soft Fist. And with this he hit Konan's body 8 times and then jumped back and said. Akane. Fire Ninja Art. Fireball. Conan was surprised by Akane's ability and emerged from the cloud of smoke created by the fireball and made 4 paper stakes appear pointing at Akane's neck. Conan. You know you're good, you just need to polish your skills, so how about becoming my disciple? Akane. While being released, yes thank you. Iruka. Well now it's the boy's turn. In order not to make the story too long, I'll just tell you that the fight between Shikamaru, Shoji, Kiba and Shino was nothing special, so let's get to the main point. Iruka. Well, next is Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. Well Naruto passed in front, well, who will you go against? Naruto. I will go against my brother Issei. Iruka. And tell me Issei, who do you want to go against? Issei. I also wanted to go against my brother so it's okay. Iruka. Okay then do it. Both brothers looked into each other's eyes while everyone remained silent until Naruto. Rock Ninja Art. Mountain Clash. On Issei's eyes 2 mounds of earth rose that tried to crush Issei who jumped avoiding the earth crash. Issei. Lava Ninja Art. Lava Bullets. In the air Issei launched several lava balls that went towards Naruto. Naruto. Water Ninja Art. Water Bullets. Both jutsus neutralized each other. Naruto. Wind Ninja Art. Cutting wind while watching Issei fall to his feet. Issei. Steam Ninja Art. Heat Release. Both air currents collided and an air collision was created that sent several things flying. Naruto. Let's go faster, making a hand seal rapid seal released. Issei couldn't say anything as Naruto suddenly hit him in the torso. In the stands. Minato. But what ability do they look like? Chunin or even Jounin? Kushina. Yes, and they only fight to pass, imagine how they will fight to the death. Mabuki. They would be very strong. Makoto. Watching Naruto take Issei flying, what a good beating they gave him. And the kick. Issei stood up. Naruto. Wow, I didn't think he would be so serious. KURAMA2. And what are you doing? Issei. Well Sharingan. By activating his 9-volume Sharingan he surprised everyone except those who already knew. Issei and Naruto engaged in a taijutsu fight in which the two were evenly matched. Until Issei found an opening and with a kick he threw Naruto backwards. Issei. Lava Girl Art. Meteor. Naruto. Water Ninja Art. Water Dragon. The dragon destroyed the lava ball, but when it hit Issei it exploded. Naruto. What a clone. He just felt someone appear behind him and he just turned around and saw Issei. Issei. Rasengan. Naruto also managed to make a Rasengan and so both collided, expelling both brothers back. Issei. Hahaha, let's not drag this out, hahaha, how about one last jutsu? Naruto. Sure, let's go. Both brothers ran like this to each other and while they ran they created a Rasengan, one of fire and the other of water. Both Rasengans collided and caused a huge air current that almost sent people and trees flying. In the stands. They all had faces of Mothrbakers due to the great strength that came from both brothers. Kushina. Wow, that was amazing. Makoto. Not to mention that strength is surprising. As Danzo watched all this he knew that having them in his ranks, just like those girls, would help him take Konoha. In the kick. The cloud of dust created by the clash of techniques disappeared, revealing both brothers on the ground breathing heavily. Iruka. Well, I think we should declare this a draw and move on to the last fight. Sasuke Uchiha, against whom will you fight? Sasuke. Coming forward, I will fight Obito Uchiha. Obito didn't say anything and appeared in front of Sasuke. Obito. I hope you go all out, activating his 3-volume Sharingan. Sasuke. Of course, activating his 2-volume Sharingan. The two only fought Taijutsu and Fire Jutsus. In the end, Obito gave up because otherwise Sasuke would continue until he was dead. Iruka. Very well, it's time to name the rookies of the year. Seeing the children in a row on behalf of the girls, seeing their skills and what they can do, it's between Yugito and Hinata, so go through your band since they had already passed, and for the boys, it's more than obvious that they are Naruto and Issei, so go through since they had already passed to the others, congratulations. Now you are Genin, I'll wait for you tomorrow at 9 AM for the formation of the teams, bye. The Genin dispersed, of course Issei stayed hugging Yugi and Hinata and Naruto stayed hugging Sakura and Akane, while Ino hugged him from behind, then everyone's parents arrived and it was happiness until. You better stay away from him, Hinata. Hi, I'm Kushina. My children are finally Genin, they don't know how proud I am of them, they look incredible, it's not for nothing that they are my children and Mina-kun's, really. In the next chapter, Sharingan vs Byakugan. Chapter 14, Sharingan vs Byakugan. After Iruka named the rookies of the year and gave them their ninja bands, all the parents had approached their children to congratulate them, and the two cages were no exception. Kushina. Congratulations, children hugging her children. Issei Naruto. Thanks mom. Issei and Naruto put the headbands on. Minato. You girls too, touching Yugito and Akane's heads. Yugito put the band on his head and Akane tied it to the red ribbon she wore on her waist. Nebuki. How happy I am, my daughter is now a genin, how happy I feel hugging her daughter very tightly. Sakura put the band on her left arm. Makoto. I am proud of you children, I hope you reach great heights and become incredible ninjas like Sasuke. Like our older brother Itachi. Sasuke put the headband on. Ki. That's what we'll do, mom. We'll put the Ichijo surname at the top right. Issei hugging Issei by the arm. Ki put the band on his right arm. Hinata just raised her scarf to cover her mouth and out of jealousy hugged Issei from behind. Issei. Turning to see Hinata who was jealous. Congratulations Hinata. Hinata th thanks. Smiling Hinata put the band around her neck. You better stay away from him Hinata. Hinata felt scared, she knew that those words had just been said by her father, who had forbidden her relationship with Issei. Hinata. Father, why did you say that? I already told you that Issei is the man I love. Turning to look at her father with tears in her eyes. Hiashi. I don't care, I told you that I wouldn't allow you to be with that Uzumaki and break the Hyuga lineage, so let's go home. Taking Hinata by the right wrist. When Hiashi was almost dragging Hinata, another hand held him, he stood up and turned to see the person who had stopped him. This was Issei who looked angry at Hiashi as well as Koppo who was next to Issei growling. Issei. Why are you against Hinata being my girlfriend? Hiashi. Because she is weak, the only thing she can do is marry someone strong from the clan to continue the lineage. Issei. Don't be stupid. My Hinata is much more than your little brain can understand. Hiashi. Look at who you're talking to. Angry at how I called him. Issei. Yes, I know and that's why I challenge you to a fight. Hiashi. Do you know how powerful I am? Issei. And that's why I challenge you to a clan fight. That surprised everyone. Clan fights were challenges for leaders or heirs against other clans for their benefit or for other things. Issei. I challenge you to have Hinata's hand. Hiashi. Confident in his strength. When do you want to fight? Issei. Here and now. Hiashi. Okay, but what do I get in return? Issei. What do you want? Hiashi. I don't know, maybe I'll sleep with your mother. Minato almost went and killed Hiashi if it hadn't been for Kushina holding him with her chakra chains. Issei. I will never bet on my mother, stupid. Hiashi. And what about one of your girls? Looking at Yugito and Tenten. Issei. Not a chance, kid. Hiashi. Then you have nothing to give for me to accept the challenge. Issei. How about one of my eyes? Surprising everyone. Hiashi, you know of your eyes. Issei. You know I have the Sharingan and that it is mutated, meaning that instead of having 3 volumes, mine has 9. Hiashi. Okay, if you win you get Hinata's hand, but if you lose you give me your right eye and Hinata will marry Niji without you being able to intervene. Issei. Approaching to shake hands with Hiashi. Okay. Issei walked towards his girls where their parents were with Hinata. Issei. Kneeling, I can swear to you that you will only be mine and that no other man will touch you. Placing Hinata's hand on his cheek. Hinata. I hope you fulfill it. Smiling like the others. Issei. I never break my promises. Smiles. Naruto. That's true. Nods. He never breaks them. Issei. Okay Naruto, will you help me? Taking off his katana. Naruto. Good. Issei gave him his katana, it seemed normal, then he took off his vest and put it in Naruto's arms where his katana was, then he took off his arm guards and put them on his vest, he took off his shirt and gave them to Naruto too, and finally he took off his mesh shirt, showing his well-worked torso, causing a certain woman to have a nosebleed with marks on her cheeks, as well as the little genin. Issei. Okay, this makes me feel lighter. Stretching. Hiashi. Stop bragging, and let's fight in what remained of the courtyard where the genin had fought. Issei. Walking until he is in front of Hiashi. Okay, let's start. Putting his hands in the pockets of his pants. Hiashi. Since you challenged me, I have the right to set the rules. Issei. Sure, go ahead. Hiashi. First you can't use any ninjutsu, jinjutsu or fuinjutsu, it will only be pure taijutsu, you can't use weapons, and you can't use the fox chakra. Issei. Is that all? Hiashi. That's good. Getting into a fighting stance like Issei. The two of them launched into the attack. Issei at first his blows were slow, but little by little, they were at the same speed as the leader of the Hyuga, which surprised the other leaders who had stayed to see the fight that was taking place. In an opening Hiashi hit him in the chest, causing him to fall to the ground, and after falling Hiashi tried to hit him, but Issei moved to one side, causing the fist that was going to his face to hit the ground. Purama1. Issei, you better not underestimate him, he's the clan leader for a reason. Issei. Standing. Yes, I know that, but I can't use jutsu or kenjutsu, which puts me at a disadvantage since his clan specializes in taijutsu. Kurama. Yes, but remember that your technique can be superior to all the others. Issei. Fighting against Hiashi again. I hope so or this will end very badly. Ieyashi was nervous because Agenin was keeping up with him, something that very few had ever done, so it was unnecessary to say that this child was a prodigy, but that did not scare him in the slightest, since he had faith that his taijutsu was stronger. Poor fool. Issei deflected a couple of hits and jumped back to make a hand pose and say. Issei. Wait, release. Some seals shone, revealing themselves in most parts of his body, showing that he apparently had around 20 seals, but they didn't know what they were for, intriguing everyone. When the seals stopped glowing, Issei returned to the attack, but this time he was faster, so fast that he made Ieyashi activate his Byakugan. For every 10 hits they blocked they received a pair, this for both of them who seemed to have the same level. This annoyed Ieyashi, causing him to use one of his famous movements. Ieyashi. Gentle fist. In Iyashi's hands you could see how the chakra flowed, but this didn't stop there as he made another movement. Ieyashi. A trigram 64 claps. On the ground of the field, what looked like a seal was seen, and from one moment to the next, Ieyashi attacked Issei. 2 claps. 4 claps. 8 claps. 16 claps. 32 claps. 64 claps. Everyone remained silent after Ieyashi delivered the final blow, but something surprised everyone even more, and that was Ieyashi saying a few simple words. Ieyashi. HHH, how you stopped all my blows in shock, seeing that his palm had collided with Issei's. But everyone was left with their eyes open when they saw Issei's face, who had his eyes closed, and when he opened them he showed his 9-volume Sharingan. Issei. It was easy since you used the same pattern which made it easier for me to copy and stop each of your blows seriously, and now it's my turn. In Issei's hands a Rasengan was formed which collided with Iyashi's chest, causing him to fly towards a tree, and after hitting it he broke it. Niji ran to see the clan leader, and when he reached his side, he saw that on Iyashi's chest, there was a large burn mark, which would clearly leave a mark. Niji. The rules said you couldn't use ninjutsu angry. Issei. The Rasengan is not a jutsu, since it is only chakra spinning at a high speed. He also used chakra to hit me, so I didn't see why I couldn't use it too. Walking towards his brother. Being in front of his girls who were with the parents of all the heirs as well as Issei's. Issei pulled Hinata by the hand to bring her close to him and took her by the waist and then kissed her in a way that only those people who had already given their hearts to each other could do. Issei. From this moment on, you Hinata are mine and a part of my heart is also yours, but only if you agree to be with me, taking into account that I will have more girls kneeling to take out a box that was in his vest which Naruto had given him. So Hinata, do you want to marry me, showing the ring? Hinata could only start crying from happiness since the man of her life was offering to be by her side for the rest of her life. Hinata, I accept. Hinata and Issei kissed very beautifully. The day passed quickly. Hinata went to get some things at the Hyuga complex, since now she would live with Issei, and the next day the Genin teams would be announced. Hi, I am Hinata. I can't believe Issei fought with my dad for me, he looks so handsome and hexy, it's good that now I live with an Amika's family. In the next chapter, equipment and testing. Chapter 15, team and test. Issei was waking up from a good night's rest, he opened his eyes, and the first thing he noticed was Hinata, who was sleeping on top of him. She was wearing a blue t-shirt and mini shorts which made her look beautiful. To his right was Yugito, who was sleeping in pink pajamas, and to the left was Tenten, who was only sleeping in a light brown t-shirt and her panties. Issei replaced himself with a pillow to go take a bath. He entered the bathroom and bathed and brushed his teeth. When he left he saw how his girls got up. Issei. Good morning, sleepyheads, drying his red hair. How did you sleep? Hinata. I'm still not used to sleeping with more than one person. Shy. Yugito. You'll do it. Hina stretching. Tenten. I haven't gotten used to it either, putting on shorts. Issei. How about we go have breakfast? Leaving the room with the girls. When he went downstairs and headed to the kitchen, the first thing he saw was a white mane, which made him know who it was. Issei. Issei-sensei, launching into a hug. Right ho, hello little brother, how are you? Ruffling Issei's hair. Issei. I'm fine, what have you come for? Right, I came to see my old friends, and I found out that today you will join a team, right? Issei. Yes, ho, bumping his fist with his palm. I want to introduce you to my fiancés. Letting the girls see who were blushing at how he presented them. Issei. This is Yugito, hugging the aforementioned. I met her after we left Yuzu. She is Tenten, one of the girls I told you about back then, hugging and lifting the aforementioned, and she is Hinata, the first girl I fell in love with, hugging and giving her a kiss on the cheek. Right, wow, you're going fast, kid. Issei. Hehehe, rubbing his neck. By the way, what about Naruto? Kushina. He left early to see Sakura and Ino. Issei. I see. Right. Well, I have some gifts for you, Issei. Issei. What is it about? At that, right, took out two somewhat strange bracelets from a backpack. Issei. Well, first this one, pointing to one, this one is made so that you can take out and put in this dagger, which is made from the fragments of the sword Excalibur. Issei. Wow, you're talking about that sword that Kakabiel wanted to use, right? Putting the bracelet on his right arm. Right. That's right, in my dimension I managed to create it, but I destroyed it, smiling. Issei. And how does it work? Right, the dagger comes out with an impulse from your arm and you contract it in the same way. Issei. Great, taking out the dagger. Right. The last thing is this, throwing the other bracelet at him. It is a bow made with a material that can resist one of my level B attacks. Issei. Putting on the bracelet, wow, well this I know how it works, throwing a mini arrow towards a cup, breaking it, good. Kushina. Issei, don't use that inside the house, angry. Issei. I'm sorry mom, scared. Minato. I gave Naruto a gift, it's your turn, Kushi-chan. Kushina. Yes, come. Issei walking to the room he shared with Minato. They entered and Issei could see that it was very pretty, too feminine for his taste, but he looked at his mother, who had taken out a box that was under the bed. Kushina. What I'm going to give you is something that has been passed down from generation to generation. When I open it I see a white and black katana. Kushina. This katana belonged to the first leader of Yuzu and then to your great-great-grandfather, your great-grandfather and your grandfather. I even used it and now it belongs to you, son, giving him the katana. That katana was made to protect the weak and to show the strong that they cannot always be so use it for good, son, and do not stain that blade with dirty blood. Issei held the katana and could tell that that blade had fought many times as well as killed, and he accepted it wholeheartedly. Issei. Bowing in front of his mother, I swear today on my life that this leaf will only serve to bring peace to this land, and if not, this same leaf will take my life, cutting the palm of his hand. Kushina. Well said, son, giving him a kiss on the cheek. Well, now I will give you an extra gift, what do you think? Issei. Hey. Kushina. When you were training, Issei right told us that you were very good at Kenjutsu, so I had this made for you, taking another box out from under the bed. Kushina. This was very expensive, this metal can conduct chakra, so use it wisely. Issei took them and put them in some cases. Kushina. Okay, now go to your room. There, they left you another gift. Issei left with the katana in hand and went to his room. Upon entering he could see clothes on the bed along with a note. Note. To. Issei. Issei, these clothes were made with a lot of love and effort by your dear girlfriends. We hope you like them and give us our reward. 66. I love you, Hinata Yugito Tenten. Issei smiled and got dressed, going down the stairs, running into his mother and the girls. Issei. And well, how do I look? Obviously with the katanas on their back, the big ones behind the shoulders and the small ones in the middle of the big ones. Kushina. Wow, you look just like your brother, smiling, you have the same hairstyle, the same smile and those deep blue eyes. Yugito. Well, it's time to go, blushing. Hinata. You look very good, Ice blushed. Tenten. I would grape you if I didn't have to go on a mission. Issei just smiled and headed to the door. Issei. Okay mom, I'm leaving, wish me luck. Kushina. Good luck, son, watching Issei leave. Wow, they didn't even have breakfast. Right. You worry too much, leaning against a wall. Kushina. How could I not do it? He's my son. Right. Yes, I know, well I have to go, say goodbye to Minato. Kushina. Okay. In the Hokage Tower. Several Jounin were gathered in front of the 4th and 3rd Hokage. Minato. Well, I'm glad you're here. As you know, today the Academy's Genin teams will be formed and I want to see who wants to be on them. The Natty sees how 10 Jounin raised their hands, especially one Jounin who was a little prominent. Minato. Writing down the names on a list. Hey Anko, are you sure you want to lead a team? At that, a black-haired woman in a trench coat walked forward, passing over other Jounin. Anko. If you allow me, I want it that way, Hokage-sama. Minato. Good, seeing how Hiruzen finished writing some sheets to give them. Good, now here giving a sheet to the Jounin who wanted to be Jounin sensei. Now go to the academy to see your teams. Anko, you wait. All the Jounin disappeared in smoke. Anko. What do you need, Hokage-sama? Minato. Do you remember the Konoha assassination team? Anko. Wait, don't talk about. Minato. Smiling. Ninja Academy. At the academy you could see how all the new genin were waiting to know what their team would be like, and the heirs were no exception. They were gathered in a soft circle. Naruto. Who do you think we'll get? Shikamaru. I will be with Ino and Shaoji for sure. Naruto. Why do you say that? Ino. Why in all generations our clans are on the same team? Naruto. But nothing tells them it will be the same. Kiba. It doesn't matter as long as we don't have to deal with arrogant people, everything is fine. Ki. Hey Naruto and your brother. Naruto. Look at him, there he comes. At that, Issei entered through the door with Hinata and Yugito. Kiba. Wow, how beautiful they look, looking at the two from head to toe. Issei. Appearing in front of Kiba, did you say something, dog? With an intimidating smile. Kiba. No, I didn't say anything, scared. Yugito. Calm down, Issei, come on, let's sit down, pulling Issei's hand. At that moment Iruka entered the room and all the genin sat down. Iruka. Okay guys, now I will name the team members and their Johnny sensei. Okay, team 1. And so we skip to team 7. Iruka. Team 7. Members. Shikamaru Nara. Sasuke Chija. Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. Jounin. Kakashi Haddock. Naruto was glad to be with his two best friends, and even more so when he learned that his former training partner would be his Jounin sensei. Iruka. Good teammate. Members. Akane Namikaze. Ino Yamanaka. Sakura Haruno. Jounin. Kurenai, I forgot her last name. Ino was surprised because she expected to be with Shikamaru and Shoji, but it was not like that. Sakura. We girls played together, smiling. Akane. Yes, it's great, also smiling. Ino. Well, I hope it's good. Iruka. Well, team 9 is still active, so team 10 will be. Members. Shoji, I forgot his clan. Shino Aburam. Hiba Inuzuka. Jounin. Asuma Sarutobi. Iruka. And the last team is a little special since it will be of 4 members, and they are. Members. Issei Uzumaki Namikaze. Hinata Hyuga. Yugito Uzumaki Nai. Kiichija. Jounin. Anko Mitarashi. Issei. Yes, I'm with you. Hinata. Yes, that's good, happy. Yugito. That will be good. Ki. Elsewhere I'll also be part of your harem, you'll see. Iruka. Well, your sensei will come soon, so wait for them and good luck. Iruka left the classroom and so the Jounin entered. Teams 1 to 6 went on and well. Kakashi. Sticking his head out the door, team 7, I'll see you on the roof in 5 minutes. Kurenai. Girls from team 8, let's go stand in front. Asuma. Come on, brats from team 10 waiting at the door frame. So they left the classroom, leaving team 11 alone. Yugito. And where is our sensei? Then the window of the place broke, revealing a black-haired woman wearing a khaki trench coat and a mesh shirt without a bra, a short skirt and sandals with shin guards. Enko. So you are members of team 11, right? Issei. Getting up, that's right, Enko sensei. My name? Enko. Raising her hand, don't worry, I already know their names, your name is Issei, hers is Yugito, she is Hinata, and she is Kiichija. Issei. That's right, hehe, nervous. Enko. Okay, let's go, follow me. Team 11 headed to a dango shop where they entered and sat at a table for 5 people. Enko. Well, how about we get to know each other well? Tell me your likes, dislikes, dreams for the future, and your unique ability. Raising her hand to ask for dangos. Ki. How about you show us how? Enko. Well, my tastes are dangos, being with my friend Nai-chan, my dislikes are perverts, proud people, those who treat weak people badly, and my ability is the control of snakes. Well, you follow your Yugito eating a dango stick. Yugito. My tastes are spicy ramen, training with Issei, cooking with Kushina, spending time with my boyfriend. What I dislike are the people who have treated us like demons, just for being a Jinchuriki of the tailed beasts, and that Issei does not give me a kiss in the mornings. My dream for the future is to marry Issei and be one of the strongest kunoichis in the entire shinobi country, and my ability is chakra claws, among others, smiling. Enko. Okay, your turn, Hyuga eating another dango stick. Hinata. Well, my likes are sweet ramen, candy, spending time with Issei, Kushina and Yugito, teaching me how to cook. My dislikes are people who treat us badly, and people who think they are superior just for being strong, and Issei not hugging me from time to time. My dream for the future is to be a good wife for Issei. Have children with him, blushes, and be strong to be able to surpass Yugito, and my ability is the Byakugan, activating it. Enko. Excellent, it's your turn to play Chija Dangos. Okay, my tastes are tomatoes, being with my mom, training with my brother Sasuke, and a boy looking at Issei to blush. I dislike that they don't let me be with the boy I want, people who call me arrogant, and my dream for the future is to be the wife of a certain boy and be the strongest Ichija girl there is and will be in the clan and bring back my brother. My ability is the Sharingan. Enko. Finally, my repeat eating more dangos. Issei. Of course, my tastes are ramen, being with my family, training, sleeping with my girls. My dislikes are the people who hurt me in the past and those who want to mess with my girls. My dream for the future is to bring glory to my clan, bring peace to the world, and have a family. My ability is the wood element and the Sharingan. Enko. Well, since we know each other, we'll do the last test. Ki. What's it about? Enko. I will evaluate their level of ability, and considering that I will decide if they stay as genin or return to the academy. Issei. Wow, I didn't expect that. Enko. So follow me to training camp number 47, leaving money on the table. The 11th team went to training camp number 47, better known as the Forest of Death. They jumped over the fence that protected it and entered the place. They continued jumping until they reached near a lake. Enko. Well, I know that your abilities are very good and also your chakra control is more than all of you, even how special you are. Issei. My dad told you, right? Enko. That's right, and please test me, okay? I don't like being talked to formally. Well, for your test I ask someone for help. At that a cat chewing Ambu landed on a tree. Ambig. Hi Enko, what do you want me to help you with? Enko. I will give them the test of the mist. Ambig. Are you sure? Enko. Sure, now Gakkus I want you to go to the center of the lake and stand there. The genin obeyed and stood in the middle of the lake, on the water with the help of their chakra. Enko. Well started smiling. Ambu. Ninja art. Hiding in the mist. Then the thick fog covered the place causing Team 11 to be on alert. Enko. In the fog you know our team is special, it's not like the other genin teams, and I'm not saying this because of the beasts, but because we are the new group of assassins of the leaf or better known as the Dark Leaves. Issei. So that group will be in this generation alert with the girls. Enko. That's right, and my job is to know if you are the right ones for such a test, so let's go. In Konoha, your companions are the most important, you must protect each other, you will succeed, if so, prove it. Suddenly a kunai passed by Hinata's cheek, cutting her. Issei. Girls activate your Taijutsus, Yugito get behind me. Hinata activated her Byakugan Ki and Issei their Sharingan, and the three of them stood around Yugito, while the girls took out kunaes and Issei his short katanas. Several kunaes and shurikens were directed towards them, with great skill they deflected the projectiles that threatened to hurt them, the only one who with great effort deflected some kunaes was Yugito, the only one who could not see so clearly. The kunai and shuriken kept flying towards them, one or the other grazed them, but nothing serious. Hinata was the one who had the most advantage, since she could see through the fog, but not at such a distance, since the fog was very thick and had chakra. Several minutes passed until 4 kunaes passed by them, but they did not realize that they had ninja cables, with the cable they tied them. Enko. Okay, you can clear the fog now. Ambig okay. The Ambu cleared the fog revealing the genin standing on the lake while tied up. Enko. Well, they are good, I'm glad. Issei. Apparently better than you. Behind Anko and the Ambu appeared with kunaes and katana pointing towards the throat. Enko. Looking at where the genin should be tied up watching how they exploded in smoke they are good gaki. Hinata. Does that mean we pass? Enko. That's right, congratulations, you are now officially genin of the leaf, well get that out of my throat. Issei. Well putting away the katanas how about we go celebrate, I'll treat you. Enko. Okay, let's go. Ambig. I'm leaving, goodbye disappearing and leaves. Issei. Let's go to Ichiraku Ramen. All? Yes. Asia the new Team 11 went to eat at the Uzumaku's favorite restaurant, upon entering they could see Team 7, the Hokage and the Yuzukage. Issei. Hello everyone entering. Minato. Wow, I hope you passed a little test. Enko. That's how it was, Hokage-sama. Naruto. How was your exam, brother? Issei. They threw kunaes and shurikens at us in the middle of the fog and you. Naruto. We had to get a pair of bells, it was easy with Shikamaru's help. Kakashi. I'm sorry sensei crying comically. Minato. Well, let's eat because tomorrow your first mission awaits you. All? Yes. Hey I'm the amazing and hexy Anko Midarashi. My genin are interesting, and that little one has something that I like and attracts me haha he will be mine. In the next chapter Memories. Chapter 16 Memories. You could see a very dark forest where a group of 6 men were chaining several women and girls. They were renegade cloud ninjas. In the middle of the forest a renegade ninja suddenly disappeared, his companions noticed this and turned around, but one of them lost his head because something had cut it off and a slight jet of blood stained the face of a renegade. The 4 remaining ninjas took out kunaes to be prepared, but between the shadows, 2 people appeared piercing their chests with a short katana. The other 2 ninjas only tried to escape, but several spikes came out from between the trees piercing several parts of their bodies, they fell to the ground still alive, but were disintegrating. Falling next to the injured ninja now what do we do Issei? Issei. Can you kill him, Hinata? Hinata. Yes. The last thing the ninja saw was a kunai burying itself in his head. I'll kill this one burying his hand in which he had his nails like claws. Hinata. You're so cold, Yugito. Yugito. Haha I didn't want to see him suffer. Hey brats, have we finished off the ninjas protecting these slaves? Issei. That's right, Anko, we have to take them to the nearest village, Ki help us. Ki. Sure, but you'll have to bring more. Issei. Sure, Shadow Multi-Clone Jutsu 6 clones appearing each one takes a girl, Kopo also takes one, let's go. The whole team took one or two girls and went jumping from tree to tree until they reached a nearby village that had. Upon arrival, the women were taken to a medical center for examination. They left them inside and 4 clones came in to help. They say, "Well, we'll stand guard outside here standing at the door with Snowflake on one side." Hinata. "Yes, phew, it is really tiring to be an assassination team sitting on the floor leaning against the wall taking off her mask like the others." Ki. "Yes, but it's better than being helpers in the village crouching next to Hinata." Enko. "Yes, this is our 8th B rank mission standing next to Issei." Yugito. "How many missions have we had?" Lying on Hinata's legs. Issei. "We have 4 D rank, 2 C rank, 8 B rank, and 4 A rank." Ki. "Wow, and we did that in just 1 month." Hinata. "Yes, we have more missions than a genin team should have," smiling while caressing Yugito and making her purr. Enko. "Yes, but we are the best genin team in Konoha. Happy." Issei. "Yes, we are the best." Suddenly Issei felt a trace of chakra from several ninjas' demonic invocation. Kyubi. Kurama appeared the size of an Inuzuka dog. Kurama. "Tell me, buddy, what should we do?" Issei. "Girls, protect the women. Me, Koppo and Kurama will take care of the ninjas outside," activating his Sharingan. Hinata. Standing up like the others. "What are you talking about, Issei?" Issei. "There are several ninjas surrounding the place, apparently they want those women no matter what." Enko. "Fine, but you won't go out there alone, I'll go with you," taking him by the hand. Issei. "Okay, let's do it." Team 11 followed Issei's orders, Anko let him lead the team since he was a good strategist and leader. While returning to the story, Issei appeared on the roof of the building that was supposed to be the village leaders. Upon observing closely he saw how around 40 renegade ninjas were apparently scattered around the village. Issei. "Well, I guess this mission rose to rank A, isn't that right?" Anko chest on the ground above the building. Enko. "In the same way as Issei, it seems so. I think we will need your clones for this defense." Issei. "Okay, let's go." Multi-clone shadow jutsu, 10 clones appearing. "Okay, let's go to attack." Jumping into action. Meanwhile at the medical center. Hinata, Ki and Yugito entered alarming the clones. CLONE1. "What's up, girls, did the boss feel it too?" Ki. "That's right, he sent us to protect the women." CLONE4. "That's good because we're almost out of chakra and we'll disappear." Hinata. "Well, don't worry, we'll take care of it," taking out a kunai. CLONE3. "Okay, we're leaving," disappearing like the other clones. Yugito. Alert for anything, lengthening his nails and putting on the mask like the others. There is a window where one of the renegade ninjas entered. Anar. "Give me the women and I won't hurt them," with a kunai in his hand. Yugito. "Try it, damn it, standing in front of you." Anar. "Fine, whatever you want," launching into a fight. But Issei and Anko. They were already fighting. Anko threw her snakes, killing the ninjas with their poison, and also killed them either by throwing them from the roofs unconscious or by stabbing them in some part of their bodies. Issei simply made them shit thanks to the katanas, dagger, and the mini bow that he carried. Kurama only tore them to pieces just like Koppo did. That duo of animals was merciless. Issei ran while stabbing each renegade that crossed his path in the neck or heart. With a mini bow he launched arrows which were poisoned and hit the renegades in the heads, and with his short katanas, he cut them in half. Issei. "Anko, we have to help the girls." Trying to go to the medical center. Anar. Crossing Issei's path. "Do you think we'll let you go so easily?" In that case, around 50 renegade ninjas from other villages arrived. Issei. "This is taking too long, but hey, we'll have more fun." But the girls at the medical center. The 3 of them had already fought against some renegades which had hardly bothered them, but it was tiring. Yugito. "How much longer will this continue?" Ki. "I don't know, but I hope it ends quickly." Hinata. "Pay attention, more are coming." Seeing how 5NR came in through the windows. They rushed into battle, but in a moment of carelessness a renegade got behind Ki with a katana in hand trying to stab her, but Issei, who was on a roof right in front, could only replace himself with it and withstand the attack. Ki. Anko, Hinata, Yugito. Issei. The 4 girls watched as the renegade pierced Issei's stomach. Anko jumped to his side expecting the worst, but she didn't expect that. Issei. Ha 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 ha, lowering his face. Everyone was shocked as Issei laughed like a psychopath, and suddenly everyone could see clearly and they were inside a Jinjutsu. Enko. Mentally a Jinjutsu. But I didn't even feel it. Issei was seen holding the renegade's hand. Issei. "So you dare to touch one of my girls, right?" Anar. "Don't think you're such a brat, we're too much for you. Do you think you'll get out of here alive?" Issei. "Haha, you don't know who you're talking to, do you?" Raising his face, revealing his red eyes. "The real question would be, do you think you'll get out of here alive?" All the renegades and Anko instantly knew who he was. "Anari, you are the Zozo Fox Baba bathed in sauce and blood." Enko. Mentally, but how can you be him and I wouldn't have noticed, the mask and his Sharingan of more than 3 volumes, plus the fact that he always carries a katana with him and red hair. Issei. So you recognized me, huh? Looking at all the renegades. Anar. How could we not recognize you with your blood red hair and the mask you're wearing? Issei. Yes, but what if I show you why they gave me that nickname? Issei cut off the renegade's hand with the dagger in his hand, and with it he pierced his neck. Issei. Who's next? Issei created 3 clones which, like him, killed the renegades left and right, leaving them stained with blood everywhere. When he left the room and stood on the ceiling, he could see how around 15 renegades had jumped towards him. He grabbed a clone by the feet who was standing next to him and threw him towards them. Clone explosion. The clone ended up in the middle of everyone and exploded, killing them. Issei. Okay, let's end this girl seeing how they arrived at his side. Enko. I hope you explain many things to us, Issei. Issei. Yes, I will, but first we have to finish off the rest of the renegades. Hinata. And what will we do? Issei. Well, I have it, Hinata. Ki, go and finish those who you can. They nodded and went there. Yugito, Anko, do not let them get close to the civilians. They jumped in the direction of the civilians. Kurama, Koppo, have fun with me going to the renegades. The entire night was filled with screams, blood, ninjutsu being thrown, and the sounds of bodies falling to the ground as every renegade who crossed their path was killed without further ado. For 3 hours, Team 11 finished off around 200 ninjas including everyone. Now Issei knew that they could send more, thinking that they were tired, and so it was less, so he sent 14 blood clones to take care of those who came while he rested at the inn. Anko and Ki were divided into one room and Issei, Hinata and Yugito in another. Hinata. Wow, I'm so tired, laying down on the big bed while taking off her mask just like Yugito. Issei. Yes, but we prevented those renegades from taking those women. Yugito. You're right, how about you rest while we bathe? Issei. Of course, I'll talk to Kurama while you're bathing so I can do it. Yugito. Sure. Entering the bathroom next to Hinata. In Issei's subconscious. Issei appeared in what looked like a cave with a waterfall being illuminated by the rays of what seemed to be the sun. Issei. Hey Kurama. Kurama. Appearing from behind the waterfall, what do you want, puppy? Issei. What are you doing? With a smile. Kurama. You just called me for that. Issei. I'm waiting for the girls to get out of the shower. Kurama. Good, and your eyes don't hurt anymore? Issei. No, I feel better now, but why did they hurt like that? Kurama. It's because of the Majekyo. I don't know what happened, but your eyes won't hurt anymore, but if you can use it, it would be good. Issei. Okay, but do you think it's bad? Kurama. No, you better go back, someone is spying on you. Issei. Well, bye Kurama. Outside Issei's subconscious. Issei opened his eyes and could see that Anko was peeking out from the door, and when she noticed that Issei was looking at her, she ran out with Issei behind her. Anko ran towards the roof, where upon arriving she could notice how the moon shone with great splendor, and almost immediately Issei arrived at her side. Issei. Wow, Anko-sensei, I didn't think you were a stalker sitting on the floor. Anko. I'm not a stalker. Issei. So what are you doing in my habit? Anko. Do you remember 11 years ago? Issei. What are you talking about? Anko. That you made a promise to an Ambu girl. Issei. Flashback 11 years ago. Issei was helping a girl dressed as an Ambu and wearing a snake mask, who had already helped him several times and was now watching him while he cooked. Snake. Something's wrong, Issei. Issei. When Shag Land rebuild my mother's country and I will marry you, you should. The girl blushed and nodded and continued cooking. End of flashback. Issei. Don't tell me you were that girl. Anko. That's right, and you haven't kept your promise, making a pout. Issei. I'm sorry, hugging her by the neck. Anko. Fool. In the room with the girls. Hinata and Yugito had just gotten out of the shower while drying their hair. Hinata. Yugito, can I ask you something? Yugito. Of course, what's happening? Hinata. Why did that renegade call Issei the blood-soaked fox? Yugito. As you know, after Naruto and Issei finished their training, they went on a trip to gain real fighting experience. On that trip, they found me and a cane and we went with them. Hinata. And what does that have to do with you? Yugito. That's what it was like. About 6 months ago we had been helping save a village that had been raiding, and during the night they attacked and we went out to defend it. I wasn't that strong since I didn't know much, and during the battle a bandit hurt me with a kunai, making Issei very angry, and he alone finished off all the bandits, but because he killed them by cutting off their heads and limbs, a lot of blood covered him, looking as if he had bathed in it. A bandit escaped, creating that nickname, which was gaining strength over time. Hinata. Amazing. Yugito. That's right, Issei is willing to kill for us, we are the ones he loves the most. All this talk had been heard by Ray's Ambu, and he went to his den to give his report. Danzo. So the fox bathed in blood has so many weak points. Arkansas. That's right, Danzo-sama. Danzo. This will help me a lot. Hi, I'm Yugito. Hinata now knows why Issei is called the fox bathed in blood, and now Issei remembers the promise he made to Anko-sensei. Ugh, it doesn't matter. In the next chapter, A Day of Brothers. The XD universe. You could see Ria's crying in her room. The reason? Her boyfriend had left her and betrayed her along with all the factions, saying. Jin. But how stupid they were, they killed the only man who truly loved them while flying, being watched by everyone. Ria's. What are you talking about, Jin? Jin. I only used them to kill her boyfriend, and with just a few nice words they fell flat on their faces. Bakeno. Damn, so nothing you said was true. Crying. Jin. Of course not, who wants to be with you? Wait, the only person who wanted that was betrayed. Ha 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 ha, what idiots. Auden. You will regret it. Jin. I don't care, activating the booster gear to take it off as if it were any glove, and I leave this to you so that you don't forget that you betrayed a person who didn't deserve it, disappearing through a magic circle. Days later. Rias cried in the room she shared with Issei, saying. Rias. Forgive me, Issei, come back with me. Florifi actions. 1. Why did I put Hinata as a couple with Issei like Tenten, and why did I put Naruto with Ino and Sakura? Well, I put Hinata and Tenten as Issei's couple because they are my favorite girls in the anime, plus I like the fix where Naruto and Sakura are a couple, like with Ino. 2. Why did I make Right save Gaara's nanny? I did it because I want him to have a maternal figure and not have bloodlust. 3. Why did he revive Rin? Because I always wanted Kakashi to have a partner, and why not his partner who was in love with him? 4. Why did he revive Minato and Kushina? Because I've read fics where they reject Naruto just for being a Jinchuriki, and I know they wouldn't be like that because in the anime, they give their lives to save him, so that's why. 5. Why did I put Yugito as Issei's partner? Because I also like this girl, and in the anime they don't show many things about her, and besides that she will have to decide something very big. 6. Why did I add characters like Ki, Mio, Akane, Yura? Because they will help me to give some guys a hard time. 7. Why did I give Naruto and Issei a sister? Because in many fics Naruto's brothers either reject him, they never know he's their brother, they envy him among other things, so I gave them a sister with whom they will be overprotective. 8. Why did I say that they wanted to marry Hinata to Neji? Because I read that in several clans, in order for the lineage to continue, they committed incest, so. 9. Why does Issei have a 9-volume Sharingan? Because it was to balance the two brothers, that is, Naruto and Issei, since Naruto is much faster and more agile than Issei, so that they were balanced, I gave him a Sharingan that mutates thanks to Kurama so well. Then why are the teams not the same as the anime? Simple, I wanted it to be original. Chapter 17, A Day of Brothers. Team 11 had returned from their mission and were reporting to the 4th Hokage. Minato. So it became an A rank mission. Enko. That's right, Hokage-sama, although everything was under control, thanks to my genin hugging Team 11. Kushina. I'm glad everything went well standing next to Minato. Hinata. Although I wonder why they would send so many ninjas for just a few slaves without the mask like the others except for Issei. Issei. You're right, normally if they lose them they only send about 10 or 15, this time they sent more than 100. Minato. I will send a Jounin team to investigate that. Enko. That would be fine, although it would be better to send an Ambu support team just in case. Minato. That's it, well I think you deserve a break. Then there's a knock on the door, come in. Team 7 and 8 enter. Kakashi. We have finished our mission, Hokage-sama placing a scroll on the desk. Kurenai. We're done too, also putting a scroll. Minato. Well then, I think that if you have the rest of the day free, you can leave. Everyone left, Kakashi to see his wife Rin, Kurenai went to train with her team, Anko went to help Kurenai, Yugito, Hinata and Ki went shopping. Naruto. And what do we do? Kushina. Why don't you go train? Mio asked me yesterday if I could help her, so who else could it be, her two older brothers? Issei. Well, let's go find Mio to train her. So the two brothers left. Kushina. Well, how about we continue with our things, sitting on Minato's lap? Minato. Come on Kushina, I'm a little tired. Kushina. Now I want there to be 4 clones taking off her dress. Minato. Well, let's go. With Naruto and Issei. They both went to look for their sister at home, they entered and went to Mio's room, she was writing some stamps. Naruto. Issei. Hello little sister. Because Issei and Naruto came out of nowhere, Mio almost had a heart attack. Mine. Don't come in like that, you idiots, hitting them. Naruto. Issei. I'm sorry. Minutes later. Mine. Why did they come in like that? Issei. We were coming to see if you wanted to train with us. Mine. Seriously? Issei. Mom told us that you wanted to start training, so she asked us to help you. Mine. Yes, I want to go. Naruto. Well, let's go. Issei and Naruto took Mio by the shoulders and disappeared in 2 flashes. Uzumaki Private Training Camp. The 3 brothers appeared in a very large field with a lake and a few trees. Issei. Well, how about we start with chakra control? Naruto. Yeah, how about you start trying to climb the tree without your hands? Mine. How? Issei. So, starting to walk along the trunk you have to put a little chakra on the soles of your feet, enough to. Mine. Ready. Mio was standing as if nothing happened next to Issei. It must be said that they were about 6 meters above the ground. Naruto. Incredible. Well, what if now you try to walk on water? Mine jumped from the tree into the water to try to stand on it, but not knowing how he went straight to the bottom. Naruto. Issei. Mine. The 2 of them jumped into the water for Mio, which was at the bottom. They reached her, and between the 2 of them they brought her to the surface. Naruto. Are you okay, Mio? Worried. Issei. Does something hurt? Worried. Mine. I'm fine, I'm fine. Issei. Damn, you put in very little chakra, that's why you couldn't stand on the water. Mine. I'm sorry. Naruto. Don't worry, it was just a small mistake, nothing serious happened. Issei. Better come, we'll help you, taking Mio's hand just like Naruto. Naruto and Issei helped Mio learn to walk on water, even now he could run and jump. Issei. Well, how about we teach you the family's special jutsu now? Mine. Will they teach me the Flying Thunder God jutsu? By the way, Minato already knows that they learned their special jutsus. Naruto. No, he talks about this holding a Rasengan. Mine. That's the Rasengan. Issei. That's right, we'll teach it to you since it's like our family's jutsu. Mine. Well, teach me. Naruto. First you're giving him a water balloon, try to flow your chakra so that the balloon spins without bursting it. Mine tried and tried until he managed to do it. Mine. I did it. Naruto. Well done, my boy. How about now you try to mold your chakra to try to make one of these, making a mini Rasengan. Maybe you can do it with a clone to make it easier for you. Mine. Okay. Issei. But Naruto still needs to. Naruto. Don't worry, brother, she's a prodigy, she doesn't need that, maybe it will take a couple of weeks to complete it. Issei. Are you sure? Maybe I can't do it the same way. Naruto. I think that. Mine. Look. The 2 looked at their little sister who with her clone made a medium-sized Rasengan, but out of nowhere she decided. Mine. See. Did I do it right? Say something. The 2 looked at her with a surprised face, since it had taken them almost 3 months to be able to make a Rasengan in the same way as her. Naruto. You are incredible, my friend, approaching his sister. Issei. That's true, mine. But it was decided. Issei. Don't worry, if you keep trying someday you'll be able to make one and add the elemental chakra, making a fire Rasengan. Mine ki. Naruto. Look, my friend, all ninjas are born with a type of element with which they can use jutsus of that type. I'm not saying that they can't use chakra of another element, but it can be made a little more difficult for them. Mine. And what is my element? Issei. We can know like this, taking out a paper, put a little chakra on this paper to know. Mine took it and flowed chakra into it, and the paper split into 3, 1 part burned, another got wet and the other crumpled. Naruto. Incredible, they have 4 elements. Issei. Air, Naruto can help you with that, just like with the water type, I can help you with the fire and lightning type, although lightning is not my element, I have copied some. Mine. Have you copied? Issei. Yes, I have copied them with this, activating his Sharingan. This is my Sharingan with which I have been able to copy and learn hundreds of jutsus, not as many as Kakashi sensei but several. Mine. Amazing. Naruto. But before learning more you must perfect the Rasengan, since it is like our family jutsu, so you have to train. Issei and Naruto were helping Mio so she could learn the Rasengan. She was able to do it and hold it for a couple of minutes, but it wasn't that long, but for her age she really is a prodigy. At dusk the 3 brothers returned home. Naruto had his hands on his head and Issei had his hands in the pockets of his pants. Both went ahead of Mio, who followed behind them looking at their backs. Mine. Mentally, one day I will stop walking looking at your backs and I will be able to fight alongside you, my 2 older brothers. Issei and Naruto stopped and then turned to see their sister smiling. Naruto with a big smile did the same as Issei, but under his mask, she also smiled at them and ran to catch up with them and take them by the hand so they could go home together to be with their family. At the Uzumaki Namikaze's house. Hours later. The whole family was gathered together having dinner happily. Minato, Kushina, Naruto, Issei, Mio, Yugi, Akane, Tenten and Hinata, everyone had a happy atmosphere, but Issei was thinking something because of his other life. Issei. Mentally this reminds me of when I had dinner with Riaz, Akane, Asia, Kaneko, Zenobia, Roswi and Ravel. Now I will do everything I have to do to protect my new family that I love, and I will do it. Even if it costs me my life. Hey, I'm the wonderful Mio Namikaze. Haha, what a surprise I gave my older brothers by almost completing the Rasengan, but for me it is normal since I am the daughter of two great and powerful ninjas. I really will be as incredible as my brothers. In the next chapter, let's go on missions. Chapter 18, let's go on missions. The next day teams 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 were in the 4th Hokage's office. Minato. Okay, today I will give you all your missions because I will be leaving for a few days, as well as my beautiful wife Kushi-chan. Well, Kushina hugged him from behind. Okay, Team 10, I need you to track down some bandits who attacked a nearby town, giving them a scroll. Asuma. What is the rank of the Hokage-sama mission? Minato. It's rank B, nothing you can't solve, now leave as soon as possible. Team 10. Yes, Hokage-sama leaving through the door. Minato. Okay Team 8, I need you to support a town near the Cloud Village. Kurenai. Why doesn't Raikage send a medical team? Minato. Because this town is in the middle of our two nations and they asked me to take charge. I know that Sakura, Akane and Ino want to specialize in being medical ninjas, so why not start right now? They will be accompanied by 3 instructors who will help them in the mission. Now go. Team 10. Yes, Hokage-sama. Akane. See you Naru kissing him. Sakura. I hope you miss us a lot Naru kissing him. Ino. In her ear when I come back maybe we can do whatever you want biting her ear. Naruto. I hope you don't regret it squeezing his butt. Ino. Not at all. Minato. Let her go Naruto watching them leave. Well now Team 9, your mission will be to get information from the village of the mist. They are in a civil war and the leader of the resistance will send very important information. When you get it go to the village of the waterfall, there I will be waiting for you. Of course Hokage-sama, come on guys, let's show them how our flames of youth burn. Yes Guy-sensei leaving the office with Guy and Niji. Tenten. Approaching Issei to jump on him, holding on to his neck and wrapping her feet around his waist. Issei, are you going to miss me? Issei. Of course. Tenten. In her ear when I get back, can we repeat the same thing from that night? Issei. Of course banking him now go on your mission. Tenten. Yes giving him a kiss and then leaving. Minato. Okay now Team 7, your mission will be to escort a bridge builder to the Wave Village. At that point a man with a bottle in his hand stood in the doorway. So these will be the ones who will escort me, they are just some kids, they don't seem strong to me, especially that short guy with an idiot face. Naruto. Hahaha who is the short guy with an idiot face? All the genin approached Naruto and realized that Naruto was the shortest of all of them. Naruto. Hey, you're disrespecting the one who will protect your butt all the way. Minato. Calm down son, Mr. Tazuna asked for a B-rank escort to be able to safely reach the Wave Village, so behave yourself. Kakashi. Well, let's go, Minato-sensei leaving the office. Naruto. Okay, see you later brother bumping fists with Issei. Issei. Of course brother, be careful not to get killed. Naruto. Of course not, I still have to be Hokage and kick your ass leaving. Enko. What is our mission, Hokage-sama? Minato. The mission for Team 11, your mission will be to escort me to the waterfall village. Issei. And why don't you go with your group of personal ambus? Minato. Because I asked them for something special, and since I had no other mission for you, why don't you go with me, so we can spend time as a father and son getting up to ruffle Issei's hair. Kushina. Someday we have to go on vacation with the whole family. Minato. Sure, now we have to go out, let's go. Team 11 and Kushina headed out to the entrance where Mio was waiting. Issei. What are you doing here, my boy? Mine I will go with Mom Asia Uzunagakure. Kushina. Here we part ways drawing seals to summon an eagle the size of a horse. Eagle? What does Kushina-sama need me for? Kushina. I need you to take me to Yuzu. Eagle. With pleasure, go up. Kushina. Going up next to Mio see you guys in a few days. Minato Issei. Goodbye take care while watching them walk away. Minato. Well then, let's run, guys. They all started running at the same speed. But Team 7. They walked calmly. Shikamaru. How long will it take us to reach the land of waves? Kakashi. 2 or 3 days at most. Naruto I'm bored. And that they passed over 2 puddles which Kakashi and Shikamaru detected immediately. Meters after those 2 puddles, 2 ninjas came out with robes and armed with chains which had spikes almost everywhere. Between the 2 of them they decided on Kakashi. Naruto Kakashi. Kurama. Calm down puppy, that's not the real Kakashi, he's probably trying to figure out how to handle the situation, you know what to do. Naruto remained silent and when they tried to attack Tazuna, Sasuke stopped them. Sasuke. Fire Ninja Art. Great Fireball. Then 1. Earth Ninja Art. Rock Wall. The wall stopped the fireball but created smoke which Naruto took advantage of to get out of it with a clone, both with a Rasengan. Naruto clone. Stone Rasengan. The Rasengan didn't hit the ninjas because they jumped back, but Naruto. Now Shikamaru. Shikamaru. Shadow Potion. Both ninjas were caught by Shikamaru's shadows as they fell. Naruto. Taking out a 3-pointed kunai, it's better to end this. N2TTUR. Before the ninja opened Naruto's throat, he had cut the other's throat and opened the other's stomach with a clean cut, causing his organs to come out of his ribsage, since Shikamaru had stopped holding them with the shadows. Because of that, Tazuna vomited, since he had never seen something like that. Naruto. Sasuke, take care of the bodies and let's go. Kakashi-sensei, get out of there. Kakashi came out of some bushes as if nothing had happened. Kakashi. You really have cold blood, Naruto. Naruto didn't say anything and hugged Kakashi. Naruto. They deserved it since they messed with my family. Kakashi just ruffled her hair and they continued their journey to the land of waves. But Team 11. They were still running, jumping from tree to tree. Issei. Dad, how long will it take us to get there? Minato. At this rate tomorrow afternoon. Issei. And we can't get there any other way. Kurama. Hey buddy, how about I help you? Issei. Are you sure? Kurama. Of course I want to stretch my legs. Issei. Wait, making everyone stop in a clearing so that he could then start tracing Hand Seal's demonic summoning. Kyuubi. Kurama appeared in all his glory. He was 4 meters tall and 8 meters long, he was a dark orange color and in his eyes you could see the 9-volume Sharingan. Kurama, it feels so good to be outside, well go up, I'll take you. Minato Yugito Kienko. Incredible. Minato. Are you sure about this, Issei? Issei. I trusted him with my life since I was 4 years old, trust him. Minato did not hesitate any longer and got on Kurama, who began to run so that they could arrive as soon as possible. Hours later. Kurama had almost arrived at the waterfall village. Kurama. Well, I think this is where I leave you. If I come out of nowhere, maybe you'll think it's an attack. Minato. You're right, come down guys. They all got off Kurama's back and then he disappeared in smoke. Minato. Well, let's run. All? Yes. Already in the waterfall village. The group was already arriving this time on foot and at the entrance was the leader of the village. Shibuki. Welcome Minato-sama. Minato. Thank you Shibuki-sama, why did you ask me to come here? Shibuki. How about we talk about this in my office? Minato. It's so important. Shibuki. If it wasn't like that, I wouldn't have called him. Minato, okay, starting to walk towards the village leader's tower. Issei. So that he called my father. Enko. As he already said, it must be something very important, hugging Issei by the shoulders, so don't worry, everything will be fine. Everyone walked, well they saw people going from there to there, I don't know if it is written like that, but I hope you understand. They arrived at a building a little bigger than the others, they went up some stairs until they reached the office. Shibuki. Arriving at his desk to sit behind it, well, as you know, about 2 years ago a trade treaty was signed between our villages. Minato. That's right, I remember it very well, but what does that have to do with it? Shibuki. I want to ask you something very important. Minato. What is Shibuki talking about? Shibuki. Why don't you first withdraw your ninjas? Minato. Sure Anko, why don't you go take a walk around the village? Anko. Of course Hokage-sama. Team 11 left the building. Issei. Now I won't be able to know why he asked us to come. Anko. Calm down, Fox, why don't you go find something to eat? We're going to go see where to stay, it's late. Issei. But what if something happens to them? We better go together. Enko. We'll be fine, knowing you, you're hungry, aren't you? Issei. Yes, but. Igito. Nothing, go and find something to eat or we'll get angry. Issei. Okay, I'll look for them later. Issei forcibly went down a different path. After walking for a few minutes, he saw something he didn't like at all. A girl with dark skin, green hair and orange eyes was sitting on the floor. She had dirty and slightly torn clothes. She looked to her side and noticed that there were 2 bags with things. Issei. Are you okay? The girl, upon hearing Issei's voice, closed her eyes waiting for him to do something to her, but when she felt nothing, she looked up and looked into Issei's eyes, who was mesmerized by those beautiful orange eyes. Issei. How beautiful. Hey, I'm Kichija. It seems that this mission will be a bit interesting and I hope there are no problems. In the next chapter, my new partner 2 halves. Chapter 19, my new partner 2 halves. Issei moved a little closer to the girl so he could sit next to her. Issei. Sorry to start like this, my name is Issei Uzumaki, what is your name? The girl just looked at him strangely. Who would approach her, a dirty and poor Jinchuriki? She just limited herself to looking at him. Issei. What's wrong, are you mute? The girl still didn't say anything. Issei. You know, it's rude not to introduce yourself to someone who has already introduced themselves. Fu, my name is Fu. Issei. What a nice name, smiling under the mask. Fu just turned to look away, hiding a small blush. Fu gra, thank you. Issei smiled when he heard her again. He liked her voice, a calm, soft, direct voice. Everything between them was silent until a growl alerted them both. It was that Fu and Issei's stomach had growled with hunger. Both. I'm sorry, it's just that, hey, stop copying me. They both laughed a little because they found it funny. Issei. What do you think if we go to eat? Fu. It's just that, lowering his head, I don't have money. Issei. Don't worry, I'll treat you. Fu. Should you? Issei. You should. He smiled and the two of them stood up and started walking. Issei. And tell me what you want to eat. Fu Ramen. Issei. You're one of my girls, guide me to the best restaurant in this village. Fu. That's it, let's go. Fu started running and Issei also followed behind her. With Minato. It had been a while since they were talking. Minato. So she is the Jinchuriki of the Seven Tails. Shibuki. That's right. Minato. And why are you telling me this? Shibuki just sighed, got up and walked to the window to look at his village. English. Shibuki. That girl has suffered a lot. Since she was born, the village rejected her. Her parents lost their lives when she turned 4. After that, everything was worse for her. In the orphanage, they treated her badly. I took her out of there when I visited. I took her to live in a small apartment where she lived before being caged, but the villagers treat her very badly. They don't let her enter the stores at all. Once I brought her food, she was very thin, she said, sobbing. She only took a bite and kept it, saying that it would last her for several days. I couldn't stand it, I filled with tears, starting to cry. I took her to live with me for a couple of years. She entered the academy, and when she graduated, the council forced me to leave. I still remember when she stayed crying in her room. Minto just approached and hugged Shibuki, who was still crying. He understood the pain she felt, and even though he was not Fu's father, he had already become fond of her as if she were a daughter. Shibuki. Minato, I know that in your village there are some Jinchuriki. Stopping hugging Minato and crying. Minato. That's right, my children are Jinchuriki and a couple of girls, but what does that have to do with it? Shibuki. I want you to take Fu. Minato. Are you sure about that, Shibuki? Shibuki. If in this village everyone hates Fu and in your village they don't treat the Jinchuriki so badly. Minato. You don't know, Shibuki, the villagers still hold a grudge against my children, and now that it is known that there is another one, I have received many requests for exile to them. Are you still sure? Shibuki. If you can welcome her into your family, it will surely be better, growing up in a family. Minato, do what you can. Shibuki. So you accept? Minato. Of course. Shibuki. Well then, I think we can go for. At that, a strong explosion and powerful trace of chakra was felt. Minato. Issei. Time before with Issei and Fu. They had entered a restaurant similar to Ichiraku's ramen. In fact, it could be a counterpart. Upon entering, they realized that there were two men there. Apparently they were Jounin's or maybe Chunin, who upon seeing the girl looked at her badly and began to murmur. Issei did not care and sat down to eat. What can I give you guys today? Smiling. Both. 1 pork tenderloin ramen, please. Both of them smiled at each other when they heard this. The man simply started cooking. Issei. And tell me, Fu, how old are you? Fu. That's rudeness. Issei. I'm sorry, I just want to know more about you. Fu. Okay, I'm 14 years old, and you? Issei. I'm also 14, and tell me you're a ninja. Fu. Well, of course, I barely became a genin. Look, showing her ninja band that was on her left arm. I fought to have this thing. Issei. Sure you do, and I hope you keep trying hard. Fu. Rest assured that I will. My goal is to be one of the strongest Kunoichis. Issei. I'm sure you will be if you keep trying, smiling under the mask. Fu. Not for nothing, but why the mask? Issei. I don't know, a great friend also uses one, and he taught me how to use it. Fu. And what is it doing, or is it just an ornament? Issei. In theory it is like that, but this mask is special. I can clean the poison if there is any gas that has it. It is fire and kunai proof, among other things. Fu. Amazing. Here it is, young people, enjoy your meal. Both. Thank you very much. They both started eating plate by plate. After eating around 8 plates each, they were both satisfied. Issei paid and they left. Fu. Since I told you my dream, wouldn't it be good if you told me yours? Issei. Mine. Mine is to bring peace to this world. I want my children and their children to live in a tranquility where there are no wars, big crimes or anything. That is my dream. Fu just smiled and they continued talking until a voice stopped them. Wow, what do we have here? When they turned around, the two could see the ninjas who were in the place. NC1. That's not the monster girl. NC2. If it's her, tell me little monster, what are you doing with that genin of the leaf? You're going to open her legs, hahaha. NC1. Why don't you do it with us? The villagers saw this as if it were fine, and Fu looked at her with anger. NC2. Why don't we get rid of you? The ninja tried to take Fu by the hand, but he didn't expect anyone else to hold his. Say. Touch her and I'll cut off your hand, looking seriously at the ninja. NC2. You should be grateful that I got rid of this hindrance. NC1. If she is a monster that should not exist. All the villagers who were around also started yelling monster at Fu. She started crying because of how bad it made her feel. But something alarmed everyone was that Issei began to laugh with his face down. Issei. Ha, you think she's a monster, but you don't know what one really is. Kurama. Issei, why do you always laugh? Issei. I don't know, I just like doing it. Issei began to approach the waterfall ninja, but as he did so the chakra pressure he gave off was going to increase. Issei. But now I will show you what one really is. Issei's eye slanted, but around his pupil 9 tomos appeared, making him look more menacing. But seeing that the ninjas were starting to get nervous, he began to slowly expel Kurama's chakra, forming a tail. Now several other ninja had appeared around, but Issei let out more chakra until he formed 3 tails. Now the ninjas were shitting themselves. Kurama knew that Issei could control up to 5 tails, but he didn't know why he was now starting to bring out the 4 tails if he could finish off the ninjas with only 2 tails. Kurama. Issei, why are you taking out the 4 tails? Issei. It's because of her. When they realized, they saw that Fu also began to expel green chakra. Kurama. She is. Issei. If she is a Jinchuriki, I could feel a chakra as large as that of a tailed beast, and being under such great pressure she may lose control. Kurama. And by having a greater chakra pressure than hers you prevent her from using her Biju's chakra. Issei. That's right. On Issei's body, his skin began to peel off his body, releasing blood which clotted and formed a type of armor until his entire body was like this. The ninjas began to attack Issei with jutsus which Issei repelled with others. The idiotic ninjas who thought they could hit him with their katanas were beaten until they crashed into the premises and houses. At that point the Konoha ninjas arrive on the scene. Hinata. Is that Issei? Bigito. Yes, it's him, that's his 4-tailed form. He's surprising, all the chakra that it expels causes you terror. Enko. Yes, but it can't continue like this, we have to do something. At that moment the 2 cages appear. Minato. Is that Issei? Enko. That's right, Hokage-sama, what are we going to do? Minato. I have to get closer to suppress his chakra. If he continues like this, he can release the 9 tails. Yugito. Don't worry about that, Minato-sama, Issei has control over all 5 tails, the detail is knowing why he took them out. Hinata activated her Byakugan to see if there was any problem with Issei, but something surprised her. Hinata. Issei is fighting because he is protecting a girl. Enko. Typical of Issei, I think the best thing would be for the waterfall ninjas to stop attacking Issei. Shibuki heard that and jumped until he got close to where they were fighting. Shibuki. Stop everyone. All the ninjas stopped the attacks. Minato. Son, tell me, why are they fighting? Issei didn't say anything, instead he turned around and carried something. When they turned around they could see Issei carrying a green-haired girl. Shibuki. Fu. Shibuki approached until he was in front of Issei, knowing that the stench he gave off was poisonous, he stopped expelling chakra and thus leaving his tail's transformation. Issei. I'm sorry, they attacked Fu and I had to defend her. Shibuki. Grabbing Fu, thank you very much, Issei. Yugito. Approaching Issei. Issei, are you okay? Issei. Yes, I'm fine, just a little tired. Issei had fallen unconscious due to the chakra drain he had had, but before falling to the ground, Anko held him up. Anko. You're amazing, folksy, I like you more every day. Smiling. Hours later, Waterfall Inn. Issei began to open his eyes, realizing where he was. He straightened up and saw on a bed next to him was Fu looking out the window. Issei. The moon is beautiful, right? Surprised, Fu turned around and saw Issei sitting up straight on the bed. Fu. Are you okay? Worried. Issei. Yes, I'm fine, and you? Fu. Okay, thanks, sorry. Issei. Why? Fu. For everything that happened in the afternoon. Issei stood up and approached Fu, sitting next to her. Issei. It's not your fault, it's their fault for treating you like that, they don't know what one goes through when being a Jinchuriki, tell me, do they always treat you like that? Fu. It's always like this. They don't let me into stores, they throw rotten food at me when I walk through the streets. The day I graduated, they threw rotten food at me. Once, they even tried to grape me crying. Issei was more than angry. How could they do that to a girl? If he could, he would get up and destroy the entire village, but there were things that prevented him. One was that he had almost no chakra, since using the four tails made him burn a lot. Two was that not all people were guilty, some had nothing to do with it, and the last is that they had an alliance, and that might cause a war. Now he would think of something so that Fu would not go through the same thing again. Issei. And tell me, Fu, how have you endured all that without wanting to leave this village? Fu Shibuki, he has been like my adoptive father since my parents died, he is the one I have worked hard for with a fake smile. Issei. I hate that smile of yours. Fu had been surprised by those words, was it a lie? That boy had done what only one person had done, protect her, she didn't know why, but it felt good to be with him, a tear sprang from her eye, but something had made her more than surprised, that was that. Issei had stolen a kiss from her. Hi, I'm Kurama. So that pretty girl is a Jinchuriki, I wonder what beast she is, maybe she is one of my girls. In the next chapter, Risks. Chapter 20, Risks. With Naruto the next day. Team 7 had found someone to take them by boat to the village of Waves. I don't know if it's a country or a village, but it's there. When they arrived, they began to walk along the coast until Naruto took out and threw a kunai at some bushes, but it was nothing more than a rabbit which had almost shit itself from the fright of receiving a kunai directly to the head. Naruto. Wow, it was just a rabbit. Sasuke. Come on Naruto, stop playing and walk. Naruto quickened his pace to keep up with his team when suddenly a thick fog appeared. Naruto, being an Uzumaki, was a born sensor and he could tell that the fog had chakra. And by instinct the four of them crouched when the blade of a sword passed over the two of them, they immediately got into a defensive stance ready for anything. Wow, what do we have here? The famous ninja copy, and or are you not the Midnight Fox? Hahaha, what a group I just found. Kakashi. Zabusa Mamachi, a swordsman of the mist, what are you doing here? Zabusa. I came because I was hired to kill that man, pointing with his sword at Izuna. Kakashi. Well, I don't think we're going to allow that. You guys protect Izuna, I'll take care of Zabusa. Naruto. Are you sure, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi. Yes, I'm sure. Zabusa. It will be an honor to kill you, copy ninja. Kakashi. I can say the same. They both ran towards the other Zabusa, who tried to cut Kakashi in half, but he jumped so that when he rose he began to make some hand seals. Kakashi. Fire ninja art. Great fireball. Zabusa jumped to the side, dodging the fireball. Kakashi, as he fell, took out a pair of kunes with which he tried to stop Zabusa's blade, but it was useless as he was thrown backwards, crashing into a tree, but he got up, removing his band from his left eye, showing his three-tone Sharingan. Zabusa. So you're going to use your ace up your sleeve now, huh? Kakashi. Rest assured that with this I will kill you. Kakashi launched himself at Zabusa so fast that he surprised the swordsman. He appeared behind him and kicked him in the head to make him fall to the ground. With a kunai he pierced his back, but his body dissolved into water. And from the forest came out again Zabusa, brandishing his great sword, tried to cut Kakashi, but he disappeared in smoke, and from the ground below Zabusa came out, giving him a punch in the stomach to lift him into the air to begin to carry out hand seals. Kakashi. Wind ninja art. Blade cutting. Kakashi made several cuts in the air that were directed towards Zabusa, who covered himself with his sword and then fell in front of Kakashi. Zabusa. I think I underestimated you, Kakashi. Kakashi. And that's how you are, Zabusa. Zabusa. Well, let's see who dies in this fight. Both of them launched into a taijutsu fight, hitting and repelling each other until they were on top of the water. Zabusa began to draw hand seals at great speed, but when he saw Kakashi he was surprised, since he also made the same seals with the same speed. Now the strongest attack would win. Kakashi. Zabusa. Water ninja art. Water dragon. The dragon came out from behind each one, both of them tangled together to finally collide and neutralize each other. Zabusa went to run to Kakashi to start fighting and taijutsu again, but being close to Zabusa. Zabusa. You fell, Kakashi. The clone of Zabusa came out of the water to say. Zabusa. Water ninja art. Water prison. The kind of water bubble formed around Kakashi, trapping him inside. Zabusa. Let's see how long you last in there, Kakashi. Kakashi. Guys, leave me here and. Naruto. Don't worry, Kakashi-sensei, it's time for us to take care of it, ready guys? Sasuke. Let's see that we also work well as a dope team. Shikamaru. You guys are too much trouble, but if you mess with our sensei you mess with us. Naruto. Well said, Shikamaru, come on Team 7, kick that idiot in the ass. Naruto launched himself at Zabusa's clone, who did the same thing. Both began a taijutsu fight, but apparently Zabusa was stronger. Naruto just stood to one side and behind him came Sasuke with his Sharingan activated. Since he didn't have enough strength he was thrown by a kick from Zabuza, but when he wanted to move he couldn't and saw Shikamaru with a hand seal and how his shadow joined his. Shikamaru. Now Naruto. Behind both Zabuza came two Naruto with a Rasengan in each hand, the clone received it directly, but the original had to grab onto the side, thus leaving Kakashi free. Zabuza. Mentally wow, those kids are good, but let's see how much. Zabuza created two clones which went to fight against the children, while the original went against Kakashi. 3 yellow chains came out of Naruto's back, attacking a clone of Zabuza, until 2 daggers came out of the tips, and with them, catching him with the chains, he cut him in half, causing the clone to disappear. Both Sasuke and Shikamaru were fighting the other clone, and seeing how Naruto was getting rid of the clone, something occurred to Shikamaru. Looking at Naruto, he nodded as did Sasuke. Shikamaru launched 2 smoke bombs momentarily blinding the clone, and when he could see it was too late, since Naruto had come out of nowhere with 2 Rasengans, both of fire, and when they hit the clone, it exploded. Shikamaru. Well now we have to help Kakashi-sensei. Sasuke. Yes, let's go. But Kakashi. He was fighting against Zabuza and his great sword. Zabuza. Come on, show me what the copy ninja can really do. Kakashi. You know I haven't shown you all my power. Zabuza. What? Kakashi. Just keep going. Zabuza throws 3 kunes that were going towards Kakashi who had started to run towards him, but before they touched him the kunes disappeared. This alarmed Zabuza who could not dodge a couple of blows from Kakashi. The last one Kakashi kicked him sending him towards some trees. Zabuza. Damn, I didn't see that coming. Enough of the games. Team 7. Same here, Zabuza. Zabuza watched as the 3 genin along with their sensei stood in front of him. Zabuza. So they'll all come at once, right? Kakashi. You know what to do guys, let's go. Sasuke. Fire ninja art. Great flare. A large flame came out towards Zabuza who jumped to the side dodging the attack, but when he did a clone of Naruto came out behind him. Naruto Earth Ninja Art Earth Wall. Zabuza crashed into the wall, he saw Izuna vulnerable and tried to go towards him, but he couldn't move. Kakashi. Wow, you fell well taking out a kunai, it's time to kill you Zabuza. When Kakashi tried to go to Zabuza, a pair of sembos hit Kakashi and Sasuke in the neck. Kakashi. What the hell? Sasuke. Damn it. Both fell to the ground unconscious. Shikamaru and Naruto approached their companions, and a person fell in front of Zabuza who had already been released. Zabuza. What are you doing here? I'm sorry Zabuza-sama, but I had to help you. Naruto. What did you do to them? I just injected them with a poison that will kill them little by little unless they are treated. Naruto. Damn. Zabuza-sama, it would be better if we left, he is not in a condition to continue. Zabuza. If you're right, we'll leave, but rest assured that we'll see each other again. They both disappeared in the mist. Shikamaru. Oh we have to try to help Sasuke and Kakashi-sensei. Izuna. Let's go to my house, there you can treat them. Naruto Cage no Bush and 2 clones appearing help me take Kakashi-sensei, and you Izuna tell us where your house is. Izuna. Yes, follow me here. The clones carrying Kakashi, Naruto carrying Sasuke and Shikamaru quickly headed towards Izuna's house. But this hours before. Issei was waking up and the first thing he noticed was a mint green head of hair, so he remembered everything that had happened the night before. Flashback. Issei was kissing Fu who didn't know what to do, she just closed her eyes enjoying the kiss until they separated. Issei. Listen to me Fu, from now on I promise you that you will not go through the same thing again, I will dedicate myself to training you and so on, so come with me. Fu. But I. Issei. Yes, I know, but I'm sure Shibuki would like the idea of you living in a better place. Fu. Lowering his head, do you promise me that you won't leave me alone again? Issei. I promise. Fu. Will you help me train to fulfill my dream? Issei. I promise. Fu. Do you promise me that no matter what happens you will be with me? Issei. I promise. This time it was Fu who pounced on Issei for a kiss, putting her arms around his neck. Fu. Issei, can I sleep with you? Issei. Just sleep or do you want to do more? Fu. Just sleep, it's too early for that. Issei. Ha 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 yes I know, come on let's go to sleep. End of flashback. Issei just smiled and began to wake up Fu. Issei. Come on, wake up, we have to have breakfast. Fu. I don't want to, I'm sleepy. Issei. Come on, I'll prepare ramen for you. Fu. Come on, what are you waiting for? Issei just smiled and they headed to the kitchen, where he began to prepare ramen. When he finished eating, a Konoha Ambu appeared. Ambu? Issei-sama's father calls him to Shibuki-sama's office as well as Fu. Issei. Okay I'll go right away seeing how the Ambu disappeared okay are you ready? Fu. Yes, let's go Issei. Hey, I'm Minato. What a problem my children got into, especially Issei, having a new girl. In the next chapter, Internal Problems. The XD Universe. A meeting of allied factions was taking place. The demons, fallen, angels, Nordics, Greeks and Yaokeis were present. Surziches. Well, that would be the report on the attack that occurred in the underworld a couple of days ago. Note. The gods of Olympus did not plot anything against Issei, just like the Yaokeis. Zeus. Well, I think it's time to say it, don't you think, Isaka? Isaka. That's right, Zeus. Azazel. What's happening? Zeus. What happens is that from this moment on we leave the alliance. Michael. What? Why would they do that? Isaka. We will not be allied with people like you. Zeus. That's right, we wouldn't be at peace knowing that they betrayed a great man. Isaka. Who saved me, so as Zeus said, we leave the alliance, let's go disappearing. Zeus. Well, see you later, disappearing in a flash. Surziches. Damn, what are we going to do now? Azazel. I don't know, but nothing good awaits us in the future. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.